That's what Donald Trump said.
Is it?
Why
According
is
to
that
certain
what we start the
reports,
stream on?
yes.
Because I start hitting start the stream, and then you said that.
Hatdan, what have we told you about making racist
humor
comments?
has been done for the night.
I know that you don't think very well of us, but you're Canadian and all, but
I think many well-related things for you.
Oh crap!
Small
I probably
children
actually
stuck
need
in
to get
wells, but
the
yeah.
link for the stream going to people.
You gonna link drop that?
I gotta link drop that.
Already done.
Oh, good, you did it.
Yep.
Ali has
good.
preempted you.
Thank you,
Drachert
Ali.
Lake is
I am so
hot.
thankful for you and your ability to do things I am bad at. Okay.
Hey guys, did you know Sam just went live on Twitch? I just got an email on it.
Oh, nice. Hang on. What's the link?
Also,
No, we got
something Cadbury the Alien .twitch.tv.
Seems legit.
That is entirely the wrong way around.
That makes me hungry for chocolate.
Okay.
Hungry.
On that note, welcome back to another exciting adventure. The thing you did about this time last week. Before we start up, except for Hatdan, that's right. We're gonna have to recap for Hatdan. Hatdan, some stuff happened last week.
Alright, what about the week before?
Not much happened that week.
Okay.
We're now in a spooky place.
We're in a spooky place
Oh
now.
no!
You know how Fanta Black absorbs a lot of light? Yeah? That paint, that fancy super black paint had then?
Oh, I thought you were talking about some kind of flavor.
Not the drink. No. No. Fanta with a V. Well, imagine that paint painted everywhere, indoors, only it absorbs way more light and you can't see crap.
All of the lights.
We're walking through that. It's bullshit.
Into a void.
So it would be a great day to have been a bat.
Yes.
It would have been, yes, a handy time. Where's the sound coming from? Is Roll20 doing this to me?
yeah, I did that. You want me to stop it? Because I thought it was just kind of neat.
Where does it come from? Oh, here
I
it
have
is.
it in the music thing. I got weirder things playing. It seems to
Wait,
be.
so-
There's a whole bunch of audio that I found out that has been released for Roll20 to use for people to just open common license stuff. Some by a place called Tabletop Audio, and some by this guy called Kevin McLeod, and you can use it for all sorts of stuff. And I kind of went through and grabbed a bunch of what I thought was the cool sounding stuff for playing in the background and some like combat music, and I'm trying to play with like how quiet can we put it where it's not really annoying.
Where were you? Were you able to host it someplace and link to it, or is it on?
There is actually a place you can host and link to as well. I can show you that sometime when we're not.
Well, then, yeah, because I need to put some shit up there.
Yeah, because I think that would be a lot of fun. But I actually started making little folders of music that would be good for intermission, music that would be good for combat. It's the mariachi music's in there. I've got sound effects and stuff like that. So.
Well, we'll be using the mariachi music
I
in the first
have
5
a
seconds.
request.
Yes.
Can you get Kevin McLeod's beachfront celebration?
I think that's actually in there. Yeah, that's.
Excellent.
Can you get remove kebab?
That might actually be a thing. I'd have to look.
Okay. So,
All right.
Sorry.
So stuff for this week before we begin. We got on the update side. There were a couple new things that are probably going to be implemented soon, but not immediately. There was the thing for aiming that we covered last week. That's still applying for now if we end up in an aiming situation. So we'll try out that new method for specific shots. Precision shots, yeah. And then the other thing that I wanted to play around with was this change for simplify and complication, because there have been various comments on how the simplify and complicate kind of just are another way of saying +1, which is a little dull. So this is a different method on it that I want to try out.
this looks interesting.
And see how it does. So the changes there.
When we stop playing.
Well, we'll see how they pop in there. The other thing that I am currently toying around with in my head that we don't need to worry about just yet is removing the 4th dot in proficiencies. We'll see. I don't really know if we need to do that or not, but it's just something that I'm mulling over. And then the other thing that is new but is not ready to be implemented yet, it's just kind of on the table, is this implants change that will hopefully allow me to bring the cost of implants down, because you'll be a little limited on how many of them you can take. That said, you're not going to be all that limited. Well, it says there in the new implants redux that you are. So if you want to bring that like graph
Yep,
up, just
I'm
to
just
look at.
opening everything up right now so I can show it off.
There are slots that you put surgeries into, and then there are augmentations that can go into those areas too. And you have one operation per location and 2 augments per location, but there are also specific operations that will actually give you more slots for operating in, and augmentations that will give you more augmentation slots and stuff. So the intent with this is, the reason that surgeries are so expensive right now is to keep people from being able to immediately buy every surgery in the book and either make that their default choice. I'm just going to get every power all the time because there's nothing stopping me from just filling myself with them. Or feeling like there aren't enough options because there was nothing holding them back from buying everything there is as long as money is flowing. There's obviously a guide to how much money you're supposed to be getting, but anybody who's played enough RPGs knows that how much money you get is entirely up to how the GM is feeling that day. So if they end up being really liberal with their cash flow, you're going to find yourself running out of options quickly and just deciding that every character should have everything. I don't really want to run into that. So this should allow surgical prices to get a little cheaper because you are limited on the number that you can take. And that way you'll get them a little faster, and you won't end up with a situation where you just have every surgery all the time. You'll have to decide that this character is going to do this, and this one's going to do that. The other thing that this does is get rid of a lot of the prerequisites that used to be in there before, because there are limits on how many surgeries you can get in general. I can recraft things to make it so that prerequisites are no longer a thing that's necessary in order to gate out more expensive stuff, which is kind of what they were there to begin with for. And that will make it feel like you're getting more reward right off the bat. So like people who want to hack, if you just want to be a somewhat decent hacker, you just want the ability to do the mind hacking stuff without being super ultra, this is my only thing that I'm going to do, you can get the augmentations that allow for hacking without having to get a brain case for them now. Because that prerequisite isn't there, but you only have 2 augment slots, so you're only going to get the bare bones required in order to do that. If you want to be the ultra best hacker, you do have to get the brain case, because that opens up new augmentation slots so that you can get all the associated augments and make you better at it. So there are basically gateways of like, I don't have to pay all the way down this route in order to have at least this option available to me.
You can dip in.
Yeah, you can sample stuff without having to be like, okay, the only way I will ever get any of these hacking abilities is if I buy this $4,000 freaking brain case. So hopefully this will help with that. They are not ready for implementation yet. All the prices you see in that document are wrong, but I wanted to show you what I'm looking at the moment.
I, for one, enjoy our new overlords.
Our overlords haven't arrived yet.
Shh.
So,
I already enjoy them from afar.
Okay, so yeah, hopefully sometime in the next week or so I'll get some updated cache on that, and we'll sort of see how characters end up boiling out. You should still be able to do everything that you're currently doing with them, if not more. It just matters on where you spend your money and stuff. Since we're at endgame, most of the stuff is going to be pretty available. All right. As for what we actually did last week, does somebody want to tell Hatdan what we did, or did you manage to watch the replay at all?
I did not, but
Okay.
So it's up to you how much you really want to recap.
Right.
Two weeks ago, we had a little training episode, so you don't need to worry about that one that you missed. It was basically just trying out a combat change. So we had a goofy moment with an NPC, and they ran a simulation, and that was it. But last week we did have a story, so if somebody wants to go into that.
Okay, so
supposedly lit themselves on fire, but that's a different story.
So what happened, Hatdan, is mostly you followed Drac around like a lost little puppy, moving heavy furniture, looking under stuff and things, because you're supposed to see if there was anything weird, but it's like a weird station, so I guess like everything's a little weird to you. And then there was an angry dog in the background.
Angry doggo.
And the we were basically looking through the quarters for the security guards and stuff like that. We ended up having some of the party go out and interrogate a guy. You didn't go for that. You basically hung around and kept looking for stuff in the security rooms and the people's security rooms we had access to. We went and checked out the little vehicle. Didn't seem like anything was out in the vehicle. We all kind of just put our hands in our pockets and went, ho hum, we're really bad at our job. And Toberius said a lot of things that may have gone right over your head. Basically, computers, lots of stuff, information, words, possibly numbers. And then I'm doing this for Benton because I'm trying to think of how he's going to assimilate this information going on around him. Then we ended up finding out some magic thing from computers that there was a place they had gone to and disappeared to, and we took the vehicle for a long, arduous, terrifying drive out across Mercury to basically like this little bunker that's poking out of the ground somewhere. And we found the other vehicle and we went and checked it out. And for some reason, Penny kept going on and on and on about the fact that there were health issue concerns, safety concerns, and that this vehicle didn't have its information for how to, you know, how to keep its maintenance up, and then the maintenance for the whole place. So she's just pretty much just fuming the entire time. And eventually she shut up at one point because she saw her reflection, which, you know, I mean, everybody should have a reflection, but vampire hamster, who knows what's going on with that. And then we opened up the door to the bunker and we start going down, and it is pitch black in there, and it's black to the point where flashlights don't even illuminate it because there's something wrong with the walls because of whatever the material is that it's coated in or what it's made out of. Something's going on, and I think that's where we left off. And I don't really think I missed anything that Benton would have been involved in, because he was mostly...
There was an issue with cameras. That was about it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we fussed about with cameras for a bit.
Oh yeah, we fussed with cameras.
Most importantly, there are no
You're
donuts on
taking
this station.
selfies.
Yeah, well, a bit, actually.
Most important note, we're going to die screaming in the dark.
But it's space, so at least nobody will hear it.
Okay.
So you are all currently descending. I need
we don't get a
different...
GM recap?
No, not for this one. You're in the middle of
sorry
an
this
adventure.
time?
No special diary entry?
I'm sorry, you're in the middle of an
I guess
adventure.
I have
I
to
don't
go.
want
No
then.
news report
So
that
long.
implicates one of the players in the team's death?
No, that was kind of a thing we probably should have mentioned.
But at the same time, none of us were actually knowledgeable of that.
Yeah,
That's
but
true,
we know
but-
how the character Hatdan should know how the character.
Yeah. You should
So,
tell that, Allie, since it's your character.
So there was a news report Hatdan about, you know, the facility we were at. Well, our backups were at that no longer exist. You know how that got?
Aren't we the backups?
Because aren't we the backups?
No, the proper good backups.
Oh, right, yes. The ones that had your backup data that wasn't able to be used because it blew up.
Yes. So that apparently all footage of that area was being fucked with to remove anything weird or odd or any figures or such. But they got an awesome feed that they confirmed as being legit that showed a figure on top of a building, and that figure was reported to be the freaking famous Tisa freaking wetback. And apparently she was mouthing something along the lines, and this is debatable because, you know, lip reading a goo creature is apparently very hard. She was mouthing something like, "I'm sorry."
Oh.
And they're trying to make it into a admission of guilt.
I believe it was "forgive me" was what
Oh,
they
forgive
thought
me.
it
That's
was,
it.
yeah.
Forgive me.
She was also carrying a device of some kind,
Yes.
which is the other...
Thanks, GM.
So what you're telling me is that Toberius did it.
Yes.
It may be that way. All right, so on our current thing, I'm actually going to put any characters down, but this will just be your outside Mercury scene because Sam made a neat one here. This being where you arrived, or where you descended down into. It's actually kind of a larger. Let's see if I can give you an outline here. Objects. Draw a shape. Hold Alt. Okay. Oh, neat. Okay. So its overall dome size on the top is only about yay big, about the size of that shape there. But it's located back behind it. But once you get down into the tunnel that you walked into, you have no idea its overall dimensions because it's really difficult to see. But poking around with the stick, you are able to find out that the tunnel that you're in is a hallway of about the size you would expect any sort of normal two-person wide hallway to be. It's like 5 feet wide by 8 or 10 tall. Not big enough to move any heavy machinery through, but big enough to move people through for the most part. And as you travel forward, you have no real indication of your overall depth other than that you're at a downward trend, heading deeper into the rock, which is what most of the buildings that are on this planet do in order to keep themselves insulated. You have a marching order?
Good question.
I probably
I
hit the
usually
front.
Do you want me to drop
left,
tokens down so we can set up a marching
right,
order?
then
We'll
left,
just-
right, and then left.
No,
I'm following behind the bear.
Barely.
I want to be at the back.
Actually, we should have one of our big bruisers at back and front.
Theoretically,
I would think the
you
one with the
should
shield should
have-
probably go first.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Cronos at the front, BB at the back.
I'm gonna hang out with Benton because we have this bond. It's an unsaid bond that can only be shared by the lovers of great donuts.
While I am ranged, I think perhaps I am the least susceptible to dying, perhaps. So I'll go second.
No, actually, I said I was going to go second
Are you going to
because
go second?
I can use his shield to protect me because
Two
I'm
shield
heavy
people.
weapons, remember?
Oh yeah, heavy weapons, that's right. Okay,
And
so
I don't want to be shooting through more of you than I have to.
So Cronos, Drac, Toberius, Tisa, Penny, BB.
I feel good about this.
Did you know that you would?
I just like the idea of our parter man with her floppy freaking
I'm in the middle.
sniper rifle flailing back and forth, bopping people in the head.
I'm really terrified of the intellamorphic flesh character
Oh,
just
yeah.
slopping around
But-
inside of this nearly empty spacesuit, just going end over end as she tries to go forward, looking out her helmet.
You're getting-
Because, yeah.
By the way,
strange
Hatdan.
and
There is no airlock. We are in a vacuum, just so you know.
you are currently suited.
Oh no, not a
Um,
vacuum. No
you
wonder
were-
the dog was angry.
You're in a kind of trippy situation here because normally when you got your light sources and stuff, and when you point them at each other, you light up quite brightly, so you can see each other pretty clearly. But there's no refraction from anything else. No refraction off the walls, just refractions off yourselves. So the parts that you aren't pointing a flashlight at pretty much disappear into the dark. So it's like you're rendering only what you're pointing at. So as lights move around, you're catching edges of arms, kind of disembodied shapes that appear and disappear from bodies, and it really becomes important in order to keep your bearings that you keep your flashlights level at each other, just to keep track of each other, because you're not really getting anything from the telegraphy. And do you guys want to do anything specific as you travel forward, or do you want to just kind of march until you hit something?
Well, I think the best thing I can do right now, unfortunately, Penny's in a weird place right now. Oh God. I'm gonna reach out and see if I feel any crazy hoodoo, because I think that's an important thing I can do. So I'm gonna try and leverage my
Use your hoodoo roll.
my hoodoo roll, because
So it's community perceive.
I'm gonna double check what it is because I don't think it's changed.
No,
It's a
I think
community perceive search roll.
Yeah.
So let me look at my community perceive. 3 dice in that. So 3 dice. They are 12s. And I have a 4 in search. So let's hope I find something.
Sweet.
Okay.
nice.
If there is heightened cool activity in my vicinity, I will be alerted to its presence. I might not understand it, but I'll get a reading. So I'm basically feeling the aura of the world around me as I'm trying not to giggle at the sloshing of Tisa. She rolls forward in that spacesuit.
I'm getting a tease.
So you have
Trevor.
you have a very good ken. You think of what's going on about you.
It's like
but
I've
you
been
get a
paranoid
reaction.
lately.
Yeah, you get a reaction that you're not really used to. You feel something, like there's a presence, the sort of thing that you would get out of a transcendent manifestation that's there, but as you sort of reach out to kind of identify it or notice what it is, or just sort of the next step in your process that you would normally do, there is this sudden dismissal and you feel nothing. And accompanied with it is this feeling of like you've been admonished. Like somebody just said, stop that. And there was no more discussion in the matter. There wasn't a fight against it. It's just, no, click and turned it off.
No, you can't
and
do
you
that
felt
now.
nothing.
Oh, like that.
And it's very new. That is not something you've experienced before. Normally, if you reach out to feel a keel boom or something like this, it's just kind of this sort of vibration that you can notice. It's like static
like ripples
electricity.
in the water from something.
Yeah, that you can figure it out. This is basically like you felt the water rippling, and then the whole pond decided to freeze and just be flat and no longer talk to you. And that was about it.
The pond just got up and fucked off.
Yeah, there was no more pond anymore.
So basically, it's like Moana playing in the water, and then suddenly the wave just picks her up and puts her on the shore, and it's like, no.
It's more like, hey, trying to walk into the water, and the wave deciding to tell him to fuck off.
Put him in the vase, put him in the boat.
There's a feeling of insignificance involved. And it's definitely not what you were hoping to get out of it, basically. But you do feel like you're not alone. Or at least you did.
Penny is a little unnerved by this, so she's going to, realizing that they were in a very sensitive situation, she's actually going to, using her toggle, quickly type out a message, so she doesn't want to say this out loud to everybody, that there may be a very dangerous transcendent manifestation in this area that I have not felt the likes of. I have no further information to share, and that's basically what I'm sending.
I don't want to panic anybody in this pitch black hellhole that
I don't want
to
to panic anybody, but
horrible.
I'm getting the inkling of something bigger and badder than anything that I have ever summoned is down in this hole. It has dismissed me.
Drac has a very calm text response of, we find the monster. We beat monster. Smiley face.
What does his text response have broken English?
That's because I like to think it's autocorrect gone wrong. You know, like
probably is.
Yeah.
Have you not seen how Twitter works for people with that?
He thinks he's only got 15 words that he can type.
Well, I'll have no issue replying because my shit's internal.
Yeah, she's gonna be like 15-page replies.
Yeah. He's gonna send back a reply of, "Will you be able to make us aware if anything actually happens?"
Why does she in her text responses?
Because she's thinking it.
She's thinking it, so she's thinking like she's saying it. Okay. Well, Penny's kind of not. She's not looking at where she's going at this point. She's kind of just walking a little bit ahead of BB, and she's kind of like continues typing. If I can, I'm kind of locked out right now.
Toberius is just chiming in on this chat. Well, shit, you really did piss off the boss monster.
Frowny faces all around to everybody.
Frowny face. Right about then, your stick will run into a wall fast enough that it pretty much stops everybody, and they bump into each other because you were moving at a regular pace. But there's that gunk.
Oh, can I take out my map mites?
Yeah.
Okay. While they're hitting the stick on the wall, I'm going to start setting them up.
Let me look at them really quick. Hang on. Control find.
She said, "Do they work on sight or touch?" I need to figure this out. Oh shit! If it's laser,
they just start spinning.
Yeah, I think it's IR and laser. They wouldn't work. Small laser. No, use a sonar too. No, sonar won't work either. No. Radar would. It would need to be radar, thermal. Yeah, it doesn't work.
Why wouldn't sonar work?
Because there's no sound. You're in vacuum right now.
Oh yeah, true.
Okay, basically, I start setting up the map bites. I realize I'm having issues with them. I get upset looking, and I take out my tape measure.
You are able to measure from end to end, and thankfully the wall does not consume your tape measure in some horrible event of badness. But it looks like it's maintained pretty much a solid shape the whole way down.
Okay.
And you have reached the end of it. There is something here that's visible. There is a visible control panel that is not painted in the stuff. It's not lit up or anything, but it's indicative of there being a doorway. You can actually feel it on the wall. You can't see it because of raised bumps or anything like that, but it's there. You can feel it with your hands.
So I know there's the latch for it. Like,
Yeah, there is a digital handle there that appears to be locked. It's hard to tell. It has no lights or anything.
Correct, dear. Why have we stopped?
that is wall and panel thing.
I'll take your word for it.
Right, opening it.
It's locked.
Toberius, Penny, maybe you could
Poke,
I was going to say
poke.
take a look, but
The panel is actually visible. It's not.
oh,
Yeah, it's just not lit up, but it hasn't been painted in the stuff. You can point your flashlight at it and you can see it.
It's not covered in the terrible paint.
Yeah.
I'm going to look at the panel, see if I can figure it out.
Looks like a digital lock. You could probably get through it.
I'm going to go through it.
Do a... What were we doing for the... Did you want to physically... Yeah, you want to physically go through it, because it's not actually turned on, so you're going to have to do a mind exert, and... I'm going to say... See, we got rid of security, so I'm deciding what we need to do for standard lockpicks now. Physical operate?
digital operate? Oh wait,
Well,
it's a physical object.
if it were turned on, you could try to do that, but it's not currently powered. So you need to overpower it. Do engineering. Engineering would probably work fine.
Engineering?
Yeah.
Do I get a bonus because I have infrastructural engineering?
What's it do?
I don't know at the moment because I don't have that screen open.
Let me check. I don't think that's what that does, though.
No, it doesn't. It's more for
Yeah, that's for
hunting
figuring out how
down
to get
piping
cities
and
wired off and
electrical
stuff.
lines.
Yeah, that's not gonna work.
No, I was just hoping. What's your force power? Hope.
Also, I think we will have to like figure out whether like subterfuge is lockpicking.
Oh
that
yeah,
covers.
because we were doing that.
Yeah.
Well, go for it.
Alright, so we're doing physical?
Yeah. Oh,
So
you
an
got
8
a
and
9
a
on it.
9?
Yeah, 8 and a 9. Yeah, this one's not high security, I don't think. No, because this is okay. You were able to pop it
To be
off
fair,
there.
even if it really had security, it wouldn't be active given there's no power.
That we
Yeah,
know.
but you can have like a more complex thing. But you're able to get it to chunk open there, and it opens up. The door opens forward, and you are temporarily blinded by this really, really bright light that's in front of you at an unknown distance, just because of how startling it is. But you adjust to it pretty quickly, and you sort of come to the realization, based on how quickly you adjust to it, that it wasn't that the light was bright. It's just that you've been in this freaking deep pit for so long. It's really just a singular light source. It seems to be levitating in the air, like a single incandescent bulb. It's not incandescent clearly, but that's about the level of light that you're talking about in a room of unknown dimension, because it's all completely covered by that same stuff. You just have this portal that you've walked through where you saw a door open up, and you can see the door frames because it's not painted on the inside or anything, so it sort of looks like a door frame that's suspended in space, that you can walk through into this other area of who knows what size. And floating in the middle of it is this light source, and then down on the bottom, lying on the same ground level that you're at, apparently levitating, because the ground is not any different from the walls of the ceiling, is this prone, nude, and just eviscerated body. Its legs are tore up. It's missing a hand. The flesh has been rended here and there, and most dramatically, the face from about the front of the cheekbones forward has been removed, clean as a shears. So, like, about from jaw to, say, temple of the face, it's like, they went against a bandsaw, and that whole front area is gone and not present in the room. The body is fairly soaked in blood, but it's all frozen at this point. and it's just there.
What unholy hell have we stepped into?
Oh, jeez.
Is there any identifying information for that person?
Drake, do cover me, dear. She's gonna move closer.
Drac will move forward as well with the shield.
You were able to schloop in that direction without encountering any kind of wall.
Thank fuck. I was more worried about
You come
kids.
over the house.
And closer, it is more surreal just based on how quiet and clear it all is. There's nothing in the way. The whole area is quiet, and the fact that it's on this ultra black that it's on, and has the light source above it makes it like it's on a matte black photo. It's like highlighted. It's almost luminous. And an almost artistic fashion.
It's quite beautiful, really.
Yeah, it's a symphony of the macabre. And you can see the brain matter, which looks like it's been fairly heavily damaged because it's cut off, about a quarter of the way in. Sinuses, eye sockets, back teeth where the jaw was cut back, down into the throat, and then the body itself looks like it has matted fur. It's really difficult to tell what kind it was. There's no tail that you can detect. It's lying on its back.
No bonuses for guessing cause of death here, but I want to do a medical check anyway, just to see if there are any other injuries sustained to the body or.
See if you can do CPR. Save him.
I
believe in future. I believe in the future.
Do a mind exert and medicine.
Is mind exert or is it perceived for examination?
Oh, because you wanted to... Yeah, that's perceived.
Okay.
It's actually just a really advanced form of the Heimlich maneuver that you can do nowadays.
And are we running with the new... Oh, wait. Are we running... Oh, I don't have any superpowers. It's complicated anyway.
Yeah.
We're
running the new one, yeah, but...
So,
and
bodies...
9.
It's mine perceived for you're trying to diagnose it.
Yeah, I've already done it. Mine.
Yeah. So for the trainer, it is. I mean, why is he dead? He's missing his face.
Yeah.
But you can't tell the gender. It is a he, and from the looks of it, the best that you can figure out is that this body was probably beat up while it was still alive. That's without a right equipment and examination room. It's really tough to tell what happened to him.
And such. Does it look like he fought back?
Yeah, it looks like there was some kind of struggle. Now there's explosive decompression involved and all sorts of other stuff. So really getting more than that is tough. But because of the level of blood, he wasn't hacked up after his heart had stopped bleeding.
Okay.
So
I think
that's
he
about
was
all you
alive when all of this happened.
It seemed like he was fighting, yes.
So that would mean it was probably before it was a vacuum then.
Either that or he was dragged here. But I would assume before the vacuum.
Seems like good thinking.
I wonder, can we find any more controls? It still looks just pure blackness, right?
Mm-hmm.
No,
You're not even sure how wide this is.
Shall we spin out and try and find another doorway, or at least the edges of the room?
Probably is a good idea.
Quick question then. You're saying it's pure blackness, so there's no streak of red then?
No, it kind of looks like he was dropped there, or it was cleaned up afterward.
Damn vacuums and their efficiency.
So you want to look around them?
Yeah, kind of.
Alright, do a body perceive and search. Everybody who is participating.
I'll give it a look around. I might as well.
Basically, by walking in a direction.
Yeah, pretty much.
I'm basically measuring anyway, so I'm just kind of looking for anything as I do.
Oh!
Nice. Nice. Nice.
We're on spot tonight!
Well, but you're also in a very difficult area. So Penny does manage to get something insight. The rest of you managed to find the walls. You discover that you're in a round room that is probably about 30 feet wide, and the body was in the middle of it. You also discover that the levitating light source isn't actually levitating; it's just hanging from a string that's coated in the same stuff.
Is this string
So
a power cable?
Yeah, it's basically just a shop light hanging down from the top. That was coated in the same stuff. The other thing that you kind of discover, actually, I don't think that would do it. No, you'd have to look into that specifically. Okay. But the shop light is hanging up there, and this area is kind of a round room of about 30 feet wide. But Penny, you managed to find a dent in part of it. And the only reason you find it is because the dent is very small and subtle, but your hand is also very small, so it pops up.
Is it Harvey?
And there's not that particular dent. But you were able to kind of feel around it, and it feels like it might be a seam for some sort of other door, other side of the room.
I think there's a door over here.
Oh, marvelous.
Can I do an engineering check?
To do what? To figure out if it's a door?
Yeah.
Yeah, I suppose.
Okay. What kind of?
Do you mind
engineering check?
perceiving? Do you mind perceiving engineering?
Mind perceive. Why aren't you a bigger dice for me?
This is how doors are built.
Because of how
So
you
this is
spent
what
your
a door
points.
looks like. Hey, that's actually not bad.
Yeah. It could. I mean, you're able to kind of figure out the rough dimensions of it. And it seems like it's got the proper number of seams. It's situated pretty nicely into the wall, but it could be a door. If it is a door, it opens from the inside.
I am definitely taking some measurements of this and kind of figuring it out and kind of like walking it back and forth of, where the seams are and stuff like that. It seems going around here. No handle though. It's not at my level.
Any gaps of note?
It's it definitely looks like if this is a portal of any kind, it's designed to be open from within. There's no access point or panel.
And it feels like it might be vacuum sealed, tight.
Well, it's a tight seam. Yeah, it's very small.
I was waiting for Allie to make a joke.
The door itself, though, if it is a door, is pretty big. It would be sufficient for loading cargo in and out of. It's about 10 feet wide.
Do we have any munitions?
Explosives?
Yeah.
Don't believe so, but Toberius.
They want to blast
gun.
open the door.
Well, I mean,
Seth, would my gun cut through that door?
You have no idea. You don't even know what it's made out of.
Oh, wait a second. I am incredibly strong. I remember this now.
oh wait, I remembered. I'm pretty baller.
Does anyone else have like a enhanced strength or something?
Let me look. Oh, no, my strength gets capped because I'm a micro.
I don't remember if BB did or
I'm
not.
straight D5s.
Well, I actually have the bonuses from Intelliformic, so before we try burning through it and potentially exploding something, let me see if I can do anything. She, tries to flex cracker knuckles, which does nothing. And,
Are you just gonna slam into it because it doesn't have anything you can grab onto?
Yeah, there's nothing to grab onto, so your best bet is to basically run into it. It's not particularly great leverage.
That sounds fun.
Oh man, this is gonna be great because you're gonna do the Spider-Man the whole way. The Spider-Man, just roll and slam, roll and slam.
Yeah. Okay. I'm just going to. Yep. I get bonuses physical exertion and.
If you ever wondered what it was gonna be like to have a gelatinous cube as a party member, this would be it.
I will roll first and then see what it does.
Well, isn't
Hey,
that
does this
generally your plan of action?
Yeah.
Just roll at it?
Well,
That's how she rolls.
Na 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 na.
What do you want, Fee?
Our body exerting athletics.
Athletics. Okie dokie. 10. Skill bonus. Hey!
You basically splash against it.
Nice.
Yeah.
The suit glorps.
Yeah, you glow up against it. You glow up against it with a fair amount of thump, but whatever this room feels pretty solid. You don't really know what the walls are made out of because they're coated in this, but they were hard. It's not plywood.
Well, also, we have to
melty
go on the
time.
concept that possibly this room may have been already at some point exposed to extreme heat. So they
Oh,
might
wait,
have some crazy
no.
stuff here.
Do we really want to melt the other side of that door? This door, because if there are survivors on the other side, and she waves her hand in the vacuum air.
That's true. Well, should we take the body and find out who it is, or just get his info?
Perhaps.
Chop a hand off, maybe. We can put it in the other vehicle and send it back, right?
Do we have
That might be a little gruesome.
Sam's trying to desperately avoid a certain situation that Zev knows about.
Do you have anything for the hand?
Do we have comms back to the main base?
You are in your current position. Yeah, you can bounce off a satellite. It wouldn't necessarily be secure.
Well, I may as well. Going to activate internal SIP chip. So sending a signal out to what's his face. I have his name written down.
You're too
You mean
below-
John
too far
Doe?
below-
John.
You're
Yeah,
too
too
far
far
below
below.
the surface. You're gonna have to go up to the top for that to.
Be right back.
No, I can report in his. Well, she looks at the lack of face. I can report in his height, fur type, and all that. But see if we can get a match on description. But I mean, heading back to the surface.
Did we already check the body to see if he had like a security card or anything?
Over the course of her examination, yeah, but he's nude. There's nothing there, and unfortunately, distinguishing marks are unless somebody has a detailed diagram of his dick. That's about the only thing that's left on the body. The tail's been amputated. The fur is kind of, you can chop some off. It's coated in the blood and it's frozen, but a lot of the body is ruptured because of the vacuum that happened, and the hands are missing. So you've got a foot, as basically as an identifying feature, and some damaged tissue. Other than bringing the body back, it's going to be kind of hard to get a positive ID.
Okay, never mind that. Well, I suppose it comes down to we can't find anything. It's either we leave with this body or we continue forward, and that's
Well,
the only one we're option to
leaving
do that.
when we just into a room.
We could probably take it when we go.
Would seem to me like best idea.
I suppose the sound of fire against this door and my bang will give people enough of a forewarning that something's coming through. So hopefully they'll suit up if they're on our side. Shall we try melting through then?
Is it a good shot?
Nod.
Toby is currently AFK, so I will assume that your gun is.
Wait a minute.
Well, that's gonna go on. Well, we're basically agreeing to do that. Before we start lighting a fire down here, can we move the remains? I just think that would be really upsetting to the family if it was further mutilated by accidental fire or explosion.
But I suppose you're right.
And I mean, it's not doing anybody any good down here anyway. We can put it in the spare vehicle.
Okay.
How far back would that vehicle have been?
Well, it was at the surface. You were walking slowly down the tunnel, so you wouldn't bump your nose, but your overall distance wasn't, miles or anything. It's probably.
I'm gonna heft one
feet.
part of the hand and be like, eh. Try to drag it.
He doesn't have hands.
Oh,
No hand.
I'm gonna heft a stump.
You're not going to be able to handle it.
Tisa will come along and lift it up.
Oh, that's even better because now you're gonna roll with this.
Really work with the rolling.
Oh, yeah, you can. I can
I return.
motion enough.
All right.
Flump. Schlump. Oh man, it's you're gonna snap it in half like a
All right,
frozen
I'm gonna
log.
go
It's not gonna be good.
supervise Tisa putting the dead body into the other ship, not the one we were riding in. So
Toberius, just stop burning through the door when we get back.
What's that?
Stop
He's-
burning through the door when we get back.
Start burning? Okay.
No, when we get back.
No, not immediately. Wait till they get back. They're putting the.
They're going up to put the
aside.
body in the car and then.
Also, question: what kind of gun is that he has again?
It's an AER.
What does it fire?
It's not
Energy.
weapons, it's, yeah.
Energy. Oh, that's got to do fuck all against these walls. But it's worth trying anyway.
But it has melt, which is...
It has the melt property. Yes.
Okay.
So I don't know if it matters. Or we could just have Drax scratch up the surface a little bit.
Well, Tisa's already slammed herself against it, and she's got like supernaturally strength. So I don't know. All right, so I'm assuming we can get the body into the vehicle. Do we want to strap it in, maybe? Or just lay it on the floor? We'll just lay it on the floor. It's fine.
Lay it on the floor.
Not terribly much to strap in, really.
Yeah. Okay. We'll close that back up. Sam takes a deep breath. Her character realizing that we may avoid this weekend at Bernie's again.
Okay. I'm actually going to send a signal off now. We're at the surface. One dead found, mutilated, and I'm going to give a sort of description of fucky, scary, dark cave. Just so they know what to expect if we go missing.
You will get a response back of, that sounds awful, OMG, gasping face. But they want you to bring the body back because obviously a murder's been committed.
Maybe more to find though.
They'll say, okay, just bring back what you can.
Okay.
So you're gonna head back down then?
Yep.
Okay, you will get back down to the bottom.
I'm gonna hang out towards the top. I don't actually want to go down there when they're melting this.
Okay.
I have reasons called self-preservation that I'd like to reference as my reason to not do this.
Oh, well, she was melting it. Drac was actually going to set up a little bit further back and actually plant the shield proper.
What is
Going
the
cover.
fake distance from this door to the other side of the room?
30 feet or so?
About 30 feet? Okay.
Oh, yeah, that was right.
Okay, let's give this a shot, Toberius.
Pew pew.
Pew pew. All right. You will fire at the wall, and it hits, and there's a sizzling. Actually, you wouldn't hear it, but there's a sizzling and burning as the paint burns away, and you can see material behind it.
Great.
And it's like, yay, we got it. And there's burning, and your ammo depletes.
This seems very thick.
Go over
Very
and
tough.
you can do a mind exert in engineering to kind of identify the material you're working with now that the paint's off of it.
Mind exert. Engineering.
Okay. This is pretty much the same material that was on the surface. It's a secondary airlock, most likely, so it's designed to resist Mercury. Your gun's not going to get through it before you run out of ammo.
Well, we got another airlock. Is there any way to interface with the airlock?
Nah, it's clearly meant to be done inside. There might be a signal or something that gets you through it, but without the blue key, it's probably not going to open.
Oh man, do we have to take the white pearl and put it in the Stig said, and then
you could go left to the tomb with the silver monkey.
statue?
Sorry, I can't hear you, Sev.
I said you could go left through the tomb with the silver monkey. The choices are yours. There's a law.
Gonna do a rhythmic tapping on the door.
Okay. You can't really hear it. You can feel it, but there doesn't seem to be a response.
That was worth a shot.
We had a signal that we used on the cameras. Do we want to just throw in
Think
stuff
it
on
might
the
work
wall?
here?
We could just try it.
It's worth a try.
We'll just broadcast on that vein. I mean, we don't have the equipment to just blanketly, do that. 'Cause I don't think we have any major hacking stuff, do we, for just trying to get into a Wi-Fi?
I didn't think so. 'cause
I think we
we
discovered last time we were missing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, so I'm just gonna try broadcasting that signal on my toggleable one we used. So.
So you will put it out there, and a moment later, you will get a incoming transmission.
Oh. Group call. Ding.
It doesn't seem to be live. It's a file download.
Oh. Huh. What's this file?
What is this file you've just sent?
Don't take it. It's a
I
scam.
I put in the information for the signal we used at the other place, and this is what happened.
I don't want to open this on my inside, so somebody else open that file.
Toberius, you're the least dangerous one to have that open on.
I just kind of looks at her like, least dangerous?
You probably have
You're
the
the one who
best
probably
firewalls.
has countermeasures.
You have the most countermeasures. Yeah, you're the hacker. You should be able to stop it. I'm not going to be able to.
I'm just taking this thing and looking at it.
Opened it.
BB's already opened it. Great. I like it.
God, BB's opened it. Shit.
It appears to be a video file, and it's looks like it's on the side of, it's like a fallen camera, like if somebody dropped their GoPro. But the all you see from it is basically black. It looks like the lens cap's on, except at some point there's a sudden flash of light and red, and a bunch of shaking, and you realize that what was happening was that the camera was actually attached to somebody's body, presumably, as they were descending through the tunnel, and it just had nothing to look at. And you basically catch your bearings because occasionally a gun will sweep in front of it, like it's a first-person view. And it's tapping on the walls, and you kind of get the idea that he's traveling down the same tunnel you were traveling by. And you see a similar situation to the one that you just walked into, where he went into the door. This time the door opened on its own. He reached out to touch it, and the door opened up, and inside there was no light. It was just more dark. And you see his glove kind of groping forward, and he shines his light around and gets no response. You see it pan off of the gun in front of him, and then flash out of the way, basically. It pans back, and then it catches something, a sudden glimmer, metallic shine that shows up, and he immediately turns up and looks at it, and all he sees is a reflection, and you get a clear view of his face, and it's suited. You don't see his actual face. You see the suit that he's wearing, but it's a security suit, like the security suits that belong to the company that you were working with. He's wearing a spacesuit that has a security badge on it, and he's wearing a standard issue rifle that was with it. Looks like he had a tail when he came in here, and you can see it in this brief reflection.
Do we get his name on the badge?
It's pretty jerky, so
Okay.
probably not. Yeah, because it's a small thing that's in there. The reflection that he's looking at is very, very small. It's this sort of metallic glimmer that's off in the distance. But he immediately raises a rifle. There's no sound because the camera doesn't have any kind of sound attachment to it. And then there is a sudden flash of sort of metallic shine, and the hand leaves the view and the camera breaks. So there's a reflection of the suit, and then there's a new flash, some sort of object, some other reflective object that comes across the view. And the last image that is on the screen is basically the severed hand flying upward. And it looks like whatever hit him also damaged the camera because the transmission ends at that point.
Don't know that BB's watched this yet, so.
Well, this is.
I thought you were all kind of watching it because he's sitting there with it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, if we're going with that assumption, that's fine. Well, that's gruesome. Why was there a mirror?
Seems to be a creepy mirror somehow.
He fought monster. He lost a monster.
Svi, is this enough of a thing to make a roll on to Guess.
It's pretty obscure at this point.
It's pretty obscure at this point.
However, Cronos' little obscure logic thing will start to put things together now. Because he had already made one for trying to figure out what this was. With your focus ability. If you want to use it again, you can get the rest of the story out of that.
Actually, I will. I'll read a book again.
Okay, so yeah, you recall something about this. It's pretty vague. It's sort of an urban myth, but you are aware, at least vaguely, of a university kind of closet operation that deals with this concept of basically seeking revenge for fallen Earth. And the way they go about it is by arranging these kind of weird, you're not really sure the details of how they function, but it's some kind of assassin that has a mirror for a face, so that the last thing you see before you die is presumably the last thing humanity saw from the race that killed it. So it is a sort of symmetry in design, and they are known, at least rumored, for the use of this paint because it makes the mirror stand out more. So the only thing that's there is you and your reflection. But this certainly seems to confirm this boogeyman story, or at least something similar to it.
Drac will, in his own broken way, explain the basics of it.
Can I rock see if we've heard of that now that he's placed it together?
Yeah, go ahead. Do a mind perceive and probably protocol, I think, is the catch-all for this. And if you have Moscow history, you can add it to that.
Okay, I've got a 4 in this, but I've got 2 Moscow history.
I'm too distracted with my own Huju problems.
Hey! Wow,
Yeah.
that's not bad for a 4.
Do I get anything for being from a grotto?
No,
Slash
that's
university?
just your own little private area. It doesn't go with any other ones.
Okay.
Oh, you got a 12 though. Cool. Okay. Yeah. You have also heard some more tales to this. Now that he mentions it, it's like, oh, this is something that does supposedly exist. Like there have been reports of it, but it's so esoteric a way of going about it that it's kind of difficult to believe until you see it in the flesh. Yeah, it definitely sounds like what they go through all this trouble and stuff, but it seems to have occurred, and there it is. You saw something similar to it anyway, and are currently standing in a room that seems an awful lot like the rooms that are associated with it. The organization is called Reflections, and their primary goal is to basically pay body for body for the race that was killed as a result of this race's creation.
Yeah. Huh. I didn't think these people were real.
And actually, Svi, since I just read a book and also I have an IRPF background, would I have any point of encountered this anywhere else in my long career and see that the way they left the body is kind of their MO?
You know the rumors behind it is that they deal with a lot of lobotomization and mind control. So if this is actually, you don't have exact confirmation yet, but if this is them, then chances are what was going on here is they were trying to convert somebody and it didn't work. You haven't found a body like this. Like, this is a pretty peculiar thing. They're not around all that often. But the thing that they do, these kind of mirror entities that they make, is a combination kind of implant lobotomy, and then they remove the face and attach the mirror to it. So it looks like you found one halfway through. Maybe he died, maybe he struggled too much, maybe it just didn't take.
They basically have mirror face drones made out of vectors.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. We should call this in.
Definitely should, yes.
Penny,
Yeah.
you still up there?
Yeah.
Mind relaying this? We're dealing with what are they called?
Reflections.
Let me do
Perhaps.
we want to do this on an unsecured channel though? Does anybody have a hotline unit or something we can use?
Ah, no.
I
Does
mean,
anyone have a hotline unit in their armor? Anyone?
I do not.
Unfortunately, my secure line, we would get back faster than any messages would reach.
Huh? Yeah, my armor doesn't have. I'm a recon suit. I'm not a. I'm a stealth suit, not the scout suit, so I can't do that.
I don't want to just leave this facility unattended just in case somebody gets out and escapes, you know.
Mm-hmm. But how do we even know that they're still there?
We don't, but we don't know that they're gone either.
But we might didn't that information we got that those security officers were concerned that there was gonna be an attack?
Yeah.
On one of the on the moving platforms. I mean, shouldn't we get back to defend that in case? Or I mean, what if this isn't the only place?
There's a lot of variables. That's true. Perhaps just a couple of us remain behind to keep an eye out. We've got 2 ships.
I think all of us going to defend the other place would be best. This place is already lost.
How long can we be out here? I mean, I know there's already we've got what, weeks before the sun comes and kills us here.
We've got nearly half the year.
Yeah, but I mean, how long could we subsist out here? Because we don't have any place to eat or drink.
I can subsist out here for a long time.
Yeah.
The suits won't last forever, though.
Yeah.
They're not designed for too much time.
Yeah,
You've got, maybe a few hours and stuff before it's going to become a major issue for them and radiation bombardment. Sam, you've got a camera. Your Kill 1 manifestation can see.
I could try to manifest it on the other side, I guess, right?
No, I just mean here. They wanted to look around, right? Or to have somebody keeping an eye on stuff. So
yeah, but I can only do that for so many feet away, right?
You can direct it up to 300 feet away.
Oh, that will take some concentration, though. I won't be able to do any of the other stuff. If you guys, do you trust me?
Of course, dear.
I can leave a little friend down here. Just watching. It won't do anything. It'll just sit here and watch. As long as nobody's looking at it, it'll sit here in the dark, and I can see through its eyes, so I'll know if anybody comes out of here. So I could do that, and then we'd have an early warning that they're coming out of here.
Okay. Well, do you need us to leave the room first?
I need everyone. I know this sounds really dumb, but it's only there when no one's looking.
I'm only invisible when no one.
I'm only invisible when everyone closes their eyes.
Are you sure you're not talking about an invisible friend?
But yeah, I'll sit here and do it until I can get it done.
Okay, I'm gonna head up to the ships then.
Right. Do you want me to actually roll it, Zev, or can I just say I'm doing it until it's done?
You can do it.
Which way do you mean?
Yeah, that was not a yes answer question.
No, that wasn't a yes or a no. That was which one?
B.
Yeah, they're not even one of us anyway.
What do you think is happening right now?
What do you think is happening right now?
I think you can just make it happen.
Alright, I'm just gonna.
Make it
yeah, I'm gonna. You want me to make a roll?
It will.
I'm being dragged each way. I don't want to
roll it now.
Fine, I'm rolling it. Was it 4 dice? No, wait. Shit. No, I'm gonna go do this. Where the fuck is it?
Give me your button.
Oh, I don't even have one for Kill 1. You know why? Sam loves herself more than that, apparently.
Because you fully expect it to go horribly wrong.
Alright, I think it's my Mind Exert dice plus the Kill level, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
It's Kill 1. Oh,
No.
there's a failure there, but there's also 2 successes.
Why do you have a fault on this?
I don't. It's a D10 for rolling for the thing, I thought.
Yeah, but why is your 2 got a little red square?
That's
around
because
it?
I rolled a
She
1.
rolled a 1.
So 1 plus fuel level.
Oh, right, because it added
So
the.
it's experimental.
Okay,
Yeah,
sorry, I was
it's
trying to figure out how your macro worked. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
That's
yeah.
very. It's a good way for me to know immediately I've rolled a 1. Is that
So
Yeah.
she has an 8.
Okay.
I have an 8.
Right, that's fine. It manifests on an 8, so.
All right,
yeah,
all right, it
fine.
manifests. Okay, I'm just not even looking at it.
Do we have 2 pilots?
I'm a pilot.
I'm pretty sure we can use the autopilot on the one to just write it back because it's got
Yeah,
a button for
we
home.
established last time that it had a little button for going home.
Yeah.
How hard can it be, pilot?
All right, I'm gonna get in the one with the dead body because I feel like I need the space.
Being doctor, I should do that as well.
Yeah, because in case it needs medical attention,
Yes.
very important.
Unless the dead guy comes back to life.
Yeah.
Not that that's entirely implausible.
Okay,
It's-
right.
What?
All right, so I'm gonna go get in there and I'll be ready to hit the button as soon as we're all ready to go.
We'll see you guys back at base.
Okay, dokie.
Onward.
Okay.
There's other of you too, but there is a freaking desecrated corpse sitting inside of your car.
That's okay. I'm fine with this.
This is fine.
Just let you know. You know.
I'm occasionally looking at my. I actually am just staring at my reflection while, like, with my mind's eye looking through my little buddy. That's gotta be really weird. Am I just like getting like feelings or impressions or what's? How does
Well,
that
at the
work?
moment you're getting nothing but darkness over there,
Wait a moment.
because there's no, it's looking at the walls that are absorbing all the stuff. Occasionally, you will look around and see the scorch mark.
I wonder
the-
though. It's so dark in there. How would anybody even know it was there?
Well, you won't know until somebody comes out. Presumably,
They
it
could
reflects
even in
light,
theory
so-
walk right past it, and not know the little jerk is right there.
No, it's not that it's dark. The room is very well lit. It's that the walls absorb all the light. He
Oh.
doesn't. So he is a very brightly lit object.
Oh, okay. Okay, that makes sense then.
And you notice that once you cross outside of its range, it begins to move around on its own because it's no longer under your direct control, and it doesn't really stray very far because it has no place to really wander to. But it will occasionally look down at itself, and you have this sort of disturbing deja vu because you get a little confused when you're looking down versus when it's looking down. Only that it seems to be naked. However, the body is yours.
Oh no, my naked body.
Yeah, and that is definitely not what it normally looks like.
Yeah, not okay with this.
Where did that signal come from? Where did we receive that video file from?
I just shrug. I'm dealing with my own personal demons. Can't help you right now.
Are you okay? You okay, Penny?
I don't know anymore. I don't know.
Well, just you let me know if something's wrong there.
I have repeatedly.
Oh,
Same
I think I
things.
can. Same thing. Small existential crisis.
Well, I'm bored with your current issues, so let me know when new ones come up.
What is it now?
My puppet. I don't know how to describe it. The creature I usually use for to spy.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't look right.
Well, what does it look like? Squiggly tentacles.
No, it looks like me but naked.
How horrifying!
Oh, thank
I'm
you.
sure that's very
My
traumatizing to you.
self-esteem. My self-esteem needed that. Thank you.
I'm sorry, did I not say that dryly enough?
But no. I mean, it's not. There's known types and what they could look like, and that it shouldn't look like me. And also, it's kind of acting on its own now. So it's kind of a weird feeling.
should we be worried about this for what's currently happening? I mean, we're going to have to get you checked out when we get home, but
I don't think it would be wise for me to use it. It should be a very. If it's very bad, I'll use my implant, but I'm going to avoid it in combat situations.
Trying to use.
But that would be very upsetting.
Tisa looks like she's sort of pondering it herself, like.
She's like, maybe you should. Maybe we should find out.
You know, if you just summon a bigger version of yourself, we can keep them as the better one.
Especially if they start acting interdependently.
Oh, and while we're traveling on this autopilot, gonna send a signal to Wheelie Fort to Miguel. No, Miguel was the drunk.
No, it's John. John Doe. He's the deer.
Yeah, Miguel was a drunk.
Yeah, John.
John Doe, the deer.
My notes. Okay, so sending a signal to John Doe, going, would you be able to meet us? We're on our way back. Could you meet us at the shuttle landing pad, please?
I'm just writing another report that I'm going to be sending out about my weird influences with my little buddy right now and concerns. I may be over-exaggerating pertinence of nipples and stuff like that, just because.
Could I make an out-of-character request, by the way?
Yeah.
Can we turn off the music and start to turn into white noise and put me to sleep?
Oh, sorry.
I just kind of realized my head was starting to droop. It's like, oh, right, shit.
This concerningmentness, super advanced word, it continues as you are jotting down your information on the tablet and realize that you are seeing your reflection again as yourself, only the eyes are vacant, and may very well be looking at the reflection of the creature that you have summoned in the other room. That is you, kind of absently wandering around.
Yeah.
It's not a good day to be Penny.
It's not a good day to be Penny at all.
On the current times, but the overall trip back seems to move by reasonably well. You were able to get a transmission out to Steely Wheelie Automobili, which is the official designation of that particular area as of now.
Also, do they have a Dina on staff, and he should probably meet us if they do?
If they have a what on staff?
A Dina, morgue person.
Okay.
Coroner.
Yeah, whatever vocab we use for that particular one. But yeah, they will get them all ready for you, and they will be waiting on the landing pad when you arrive, and take the body down into medical, which those of you who are of the doctor persuasion may join.
Yes, I'll go with them. Drac, do you want to fill John in on?
I have my doctorate, and I'm medically I'm science.
You coming along with me, Penny?
I'm coming along.
Okay, Drac, do you want to fill in John in on who we're dealing with, perhaps?
I can do that.
You should make the moose help.
Yes, where's the moose?
What's this here?
Still sitting on the shuttle. Nobody told me to get off, eh?
Hatdan, have you fallen asleep?
No, he doesn't.
I don't believe you. I need to
hear him. Hatdan!
Is he in the
Jack,
bathroom?
look. You got up to make coffee.
I was in the bathroom.
No bathrooms.
I'm sorry, my body's telling me I shouldn't be awake right now.
All right, so we will proceed accordingly. So yeah, a couple of you get into the mortuary, and then those of you who are not going there can travel and report the situation. Actually, unless you want to, you can start to report the situation, but until you figure out who it is you're dealing with down here, you might be missing some information. So,
well, we have the general idea of who the group is in the house.
right,
Potentially.
Report what we know.
perhaps. Okay, so you can go visit him.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so he will be waiting up at the top, and actually he'll be Yeah, outside the medical office because he was interested in what you had to say. So I said, okay, so what did you find?
If not missing guess, it is radically stripped gold reflections. There's black paint that was over light, put on hallway, cut face off man, attempt to make into new one.
What? He looks kind of like shocked and flabbergasted at the concept. What are they doing? What do they want?
Long and short story of group is, the history of Vectum. Whole Earth people die, we take over.
Yeah, I guess.
For every one Earth person die, every one of Vector die.
He looks at you like you're insane, because surely that is a crazy idea. It would number in the billions.
Sev, as he has that look of that would be in the billions, Toberius is just going to pop up 11.8 billion.
Well, so what? They're just going to start here and move on?
No, they've already been active elsewhere. Urban legends.
Yes. You're just up on bizarre trip.
Well, can I, pay them to leave?
I am having no idea.
Don't think you have enough blood.
No, not money. Just give them money and they stop, right?
You do realize that
Maybe.
to some money means nothing, right?
No, but it's money. Okay, so are they gonna, are there more? Are they done?
We do not know. Only found leftover data from camera of man and what we know from various things we know.
The happenings elsewhere. Those. Potential for attack.
The leg bone's connected to the
Jackal
thigh
bone.
bone.
The security men were also very concerned about some sort of attack they thought might be coming, and this might be attack.
He kind of chews his fingers a little bit and goes, well, I knew they were transmitting back and forth to the other march because I thought they were trading corporate secrets, but if this is some sort of, maybe they're already over there.
Well, I believe others are attempting to identify body. We could go take a look at that one much.
He
I think time of
nods and
secrecy
goes,
is over.
Wait. So is he like beat up or something? Because I don't really like saying beat up things.
Oh, not beat up.
Beat up is kind word.
Beat up is a very loose interpretation of what happened.
Is it like a broken finger? Because that's creepy. I don't want to look at that.
Jack will look into
Toberius actually at this point.
He does not in fact have broken finger, as far as we know. Hand is missing, so cannot tell.
At this point, is he looking a little squeamish?
This is a bit.
Toberius, how close is Drax to him?
I don't know. How close is Drax to him?
If the guy's sitting at desk, Drax probably just sitting in a chair across from the desk.
Okay.
Or in a chair.
I was hoping they were standing kind of face to face because Toberius is just going to climb up with Drax a little bit and just touch the side of his face and going, that everything front of that is missing.
Why do people got to be mean? The people don't do that. That's not right. There's nothing. What do you mean? You don't just take his face off. That's like a bad Nick Cage movie, or a good Nick Cage movie.
Thank you.
Standard Nick Cage movie, I suppose.
Yeah.
Face touching.
He's like, what they cut off his. Why would they cut off his hand?
Not too sure. Could be make it harder to identify. He's
I'm
missing
gonna stay
hands,
here.
missing tail, missing.
What? No, shut up!
Dracula
Stop! No,
actually-
stop! He throws his little
Jack
paper
will,
holder
I mean,
at you.
absolutely.
It's got like a koosh ball for stress relief that he chucks in your general direction.
Drac will at that point been absentmindedly pointing to posing, but from here forward.
What? Just go figure out who it is and get back to me.
It's a good to know that you guys have totally mortified the NPC. It's like you find out he's a little squeamish. Let's go the whole way.
I was going to talk about that with Drac regardless.
And Toberius is just a jerk.
Yeah, Tobias is an asshole, and Drac is just kind of oblivious to that. He's got more or less an iron stomach for that sort of thing, and he assumes most other people are the same way.
All right, so down in the hold, y'all can continue your autopsy. You will eventually discover that this is the head of the security team, as you no doubt have guessed.
It was the head.
It
He had a head.
No, most of the head is still there.
That's probably about half the head now.
But he's not going to be the public face anymore.
Does he have a chip or anything?
I don't keep
Not
the
that you're
filter
able to
left
find.
on.
No.
Okay, so the signal did not come from his body.
No. Looks like the from what you can tell, the brain, this sort of operation is somewhat consistent with what you kind of have in rumor and conjecture for this particular group. You don't need to do nearly this degree of damage to achieve a sort of mind control effect. It can be done with like a couple drill holes that are, the size.
They like to cut off the front of the face.
But they are being needlessly cruel in order to do it. Chances are this guy died mid-operation because of trauma sustained before the operation began.
I'm actually going to, because I'm kind of in there watching for a little bit. I'm just going to step out, and then is BB just hanging around somewhere?
Basically.
Right. Penny's actually going to approach BB, and you worked security, right?
Yep.
Did you guys ever do something where you like if you thought somebody was like trying to sneak in, that maybe you turned off your cameras so that they couldn't see where your people moved, so they didn't know if you were there or not, kind of thing? And maybe like, did you guys ever do something with like secret codes? But, like,
I was never really good with the secret codes.
I guess
I remember.
Penny's got that look of, oh yeah, this is BB.
One code that we do every once in a while, though.
But did you ever have a boss that maybe tried to get you to do that? Maybe because I'm just trying to think, because I'm just bouncing this idea off you, BB, because you're security and you would know these things.
Objection, leading the witness.
By that point, would Drac and Toberius have gotten there?
Possibly, sure, if you want.
But basically, I'm having this conversation. What if the guy in there, or the head of security, whoever it was that sent these guys out, wanted to? He thinks okay that there's people trying to attack the marches, right? Or this march, or I don't know what, and he doesn't want them to know when they're not there in case, it makes us look vulnerable maybe, or that they're onto them. So they set up a thing to turn off the cameras on this frequency that they all have. And then that information it's like everything they have is tied to that frequency. So all their information is going on it. Maybe what we got was from his suit, transmitted that to us because we used the signal, right? So maybe that's the thing. I almost wonder...
Staring intently at her, nodding the whole time.
All right,
Triangles are sharp.
Sharp and colorful. All right, but I'm thinking, what would you think that he would have told his superiors what he was doing, or would he have kept it under wraps if he was that paranoid?
Well, I guess people who are paranoid do a lot of crazy stuff. They don't really trust anyone.
Okay, so you think he might not? So it's possible his boss doesn't even know about this, which means this footage we have. I don't know. Did you guys tell John about it? Did you tell him about it? Because if this is true, that all the vehicles here need to know this.
At that point, when Drac does get back, did he hear that last bit of it?
It sounded like it was.
Yeah,
directed.
I was kind of directing it at you guys. Yeah,
Okay.
so it was when you guys got here.
There you go.
Oh, is this on console?
No, they were
Well,
talking
we, at
in
that
the
point, would have
hallway.
actually gotten there. Because I'm not sure how much of cams off would actually be possible. I know many times in at least ILPF, we had no control over camera. It was just dummy link to system. And system admin tell it yes, no, for go.
I don't know what their setup is here, but I'm wondering if it's possible that's what's going on. Because if it's so, these guys might have been the good guys, and they just.
I know I took my camera offline a few times accidentally. I got in trouble once or twice. So you probably could.
Thankfully, those charges didn't stick.
All those civilians told me to turn my camera off.
While I'm doing this, I want to use my SIP chip to get onto Svnt and just start trudging for any footage, any rumors, anything of reflections.
Okay.
Want to find if there are any visual imagery of them or how they tend to attack and so on.
There's do a mind perceive and digital
Operate.
Goodness.
Yeah. Oh. Do I have anything? Right, I do. Hey!
Wow, that's amazing.
Managed to bounce it. Do you have a fault in this?
Nope.
Okay.
No, she just rolled a 1.
That's a red is you rolled 1. Green is it's a max die.
Yeah.
The you don't get much more out of it on a 10 than you had kind of already gotten. So you were able to find images that have floated around, diagrams of what kind of people think they operate, rumors of kills that have happened in the past. The best that you get out of it that you didn't necessarily have before is that the group is usually pretty organized. They have to go through a lot of effort in order to do the methods that they use. So they typically don't expend that level of resource unless they plan on hitting an array of people at once.
They want big.
Yeah, so the best that you've got is that this one person couldn't be the only target.
Also, missing hand, blades.
That's one of the that's something that's mentioned is that they will graft weapons to the bodies because they're only supposed to be weapons.
Okay, she's going to give it a little wave to the doctors with a tendril because I imagine she's out of suit by this point. And,
oh man, I bet you that they have tried to make you wear a scrub or something like that. And it's just like you got like that little the little doctor's mask that keeps sliding down what accounts for your face.
It was really annoying when they tried to put you through the disinfectant wash.
Yeah, it was pretty awkward.
Well, they can.
It's
going to run off me.
They're like, okay, so this needs to sit on you for 30 seconds. Oh.
Yes, don't worry about it. That'll be fine. I'm not going to carry anything like that. It's going to head on out. So, boys and girls, is John up to speed?
I was just asking them. I was also I was thinking that signal we got. I think that the whoever these security guys were that were working here, they seemed like they were probably really smart cookies.
They were onto what's going on.
And I think that they were trying to protect this place from what they thought was coming, which it's unfortunate that he died that way. But I think that signal was a failsafe he had set up in his suit because it seemed like they knew they might not make it from the way they left everything here.
I suppose if his suit was on the other side of that door, we would have picked up its broadcast.
Yeah, I think that's what it was. Is that was his suit's recording. So I think that all this stuff is based on this signal that they gave us. Or that they left here in place. So I think that if John's okay with it, I think we should bring on that security group on board with this because they should know.
That's a good idea because according to my quick little bit of research on Svnt, Reflection do not tend to operate unless they can get a lot of casualties. They do very big attacks.
That's very bad.
Oh man.
We should tell. Does John know that?
Does John know that?
That there is possibly an attack coming, yes.
Large one. Very big.
Yeah, but baby, you want to go
Didn't say
get
specifically large.
baby, you want to go get some consolatory consoling donuts to make John feel better while we break some hard news to him.
Cool.
I've never really
so-
bought a batch of we might all die donuts before, but I think you might know some good flavors.
So like some crullers.
I think that sounds good. Cruel. It's probably cruel world.
Okay,
Yeah.
we're probably on a timetable here, so
So we're gonna go get the donuts.
I'm going to go see John. In fact, why am I even bothering going to see him? I'm going to come to John.
Yes.
Well,
hello.
we
Listen,
might want to keep it secure.
What's up?
Never mind. I've just been told we should keep this secure, so I'm coming to see you.
Secure? Why? Is somebody listening? Who's listening?
Probably lots of people. I don't know. I'll be right there.
Why do I pay for this security if I get...
Jack will come with.
He is pacing back and forth in his room at this point.
Okay. John, we should probably get this security company on this as well, because I don't think they're people who are stealing anything. In fact, I think a lot of people may be in danger. Reflection do not operate small scale. If they're going to attack, which they are operating here, so they likely will, it's going to be big.
Well, and you're sure we can't just pay them?
I'm very sure this is an extremist group. They probably don't care about money beyond funding their continued operations. I'm sure they have other sources for that.
He seems to pause for a little bit and goes, "Are their operations profitable?" No. Okay. Well, okay. Well,
Keep on the morally good side, John.
Well, I'm just trying to recoup the damages that we got here. Who was it? Did you find out?
Oh, yes, it was the team lead.
Oh. He kind of, you get the sudden feeling that all this time he had sort of had it in his head that whoever had died wasn't actually related to the situation. Either because he had deceived himself or because he hadn't really anticipated that this was actually something happening in his backyard. And he pauses for a minute and goes, "You're sure?"
Very sure. I will spare you the graphic details of how he died as well.
He has been more or less told.
He scratches his head and goes, "Oh, I thought they were taking things."
No, it looks like they were trying to either save themselves or thinking save everyone.
He kind of walks back and forth in the room a little bit and goes, "Well, then I'll talk to the company and his family, but you should look into the people they were talking to on the other march then. I thought they were trying to sell secrets, but they were communicating with somebody."
So someone may have an insight. Do you know?
We got crullers.
How could you think of a cruller at a time like this? That's just cruel.
I also got a jelly-filled donut.
Do you know which vehicle of the other march?
Jelly-filled. He shakes his head and says, I tried to track it down at some point, but all I could really get to was Central Dispatch that's over there. So I guess you can try through that.
Well, it'll probably be the smartest place for us to start then. Go over there, talk to people, and see if we can track down.
Yeah, and he nods a little bit and says, I'll alert the security officers over here and get them to start fanning out and looking around."
Do you have any contacts with the security on the other march?
No. We really kind of... He puts his hands together and like, how do I explain this to an off-worlder? As we're not enemies or anything. We just sort of... You stick to your hemisphere around here, really. That's why it was weird that they were talking to them to begin with. We don't have any kind of partnerships or correspondence with that side of the planet.
Okay, well, I suppose we will try and alert them once we're over there.
He nods.
Well, it's been pleasant working with you, John. We'll contact you again if anything comes up.
Well, wait, what about the other people?
Oh, they're probably Reflections drones, I'm guessing.
You can't just give me that, he says, like, shaking his hands. I need to tell their families something.
Oh, right, yes.
Lost in combat.
Yes,
It
Missing
does
in action.
sound Like they're probably dead. So
Why don't
should
you
probably
avoid
do-
sending anything off right now?
He goes, all right, well, you need to find me some kind of definitive evidence so that they don't think they're just kind of wandering around out there with missing faces.
Well,
Like you
we'll
don't
try,
have
but
to tell them everything.
Or
I think
anything.
making sure the marches don't come under a full-scale attack is probably more pressing. But we will definitely try and find out. And I'm not very good at this whole. Someone else be more comforting or something.
At this moment, the rest of the team is not dead. They are simply missing. For all we know, they could be pursuing whoever did this.
Isn't that too
They're
hopeful?
probably dead, though.
Yes.
No, this is how he's explaining it. Until such time as we actually have confirmation that they are dead, they are still in action. They are simply missing.
What was your job?
If
The families don't need to know yet because we don't have the situation resolved.
if we broadcast anything about finding the dead guy, it's quite likely that this information, if there's no secure channels, they could intercept it and they will realize we found their building, and that might step up their attack.
I won't tell them anything yet. I mean, they've only been gone a day or two, but you got to give me.
Surely you have a few weeks on this before you have to break news, right?
He nods and goes, yeah, but you try, sleeping on the knowledge of a desecrated body in your backyard.
I can give you something for that. I'm sure the doctors here can give you something for that.
Would it help if we put it back?
Drac just looks over and says in a way more deadpan and way more serious tone than you've ever heard, I do. Nicely.
Well, then good. Find the answer. And I'll go talk to these guys.
Though, is that we're on it, so
Might even take one of those shuttles.
things will get better.
Yeah, you can keep ours, I guess.
No,
Okay.
I want
Come along then, Chibi Troop.
The one that has the information in the glove box was better.
Well, that was a rental shuttle. It belongs to the rental service here.
Also,
I don't have any
technically
control over
evidence
that.
currently.
No. And he wants the better shuttle.
Come along, dear. Why don't you try and remember what you read in the other pamphlet and write it down? You can create a new guidebook.
Oh. Won't be
Do
accurate
let
for
us
this
know if anything
model.
bad happens, John.
I am occasionally just gonna go quiet and double check what me, myself, and I is doing on the other side.
It has been looking at the darkness for some time now.
I like to think it's over there singing and transcendent, going, "Hello, darkness, my old friend."
Let's hear a brief. I'm attacking the darkness.
Slash, 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 slash.
The most recent thing it did was look up at the light bulb.
I didn't appreciate that, by the way, when it did that. I did not appreciate that at all.
Okay, so let's make our way to the shuttle, I guess.
Yep.
You will get back to the shuttle, and you can plot in a course to the other location, depending on how you wish to go about it. You can either
Let's
go across,
go.
or you can go over. You either go over the poles, or you go across the equator.
Which way's faster?
From your current position, they're about the same.
Which way takes us less close to burning death?
Well, you can go through the night zone to get over to the other side. It's tougher to get there going through the poles because you actually have to avoid the vehicles because the thing doesn't go very high. But if something were to go wrong on your cross-planetary ship, at least it would be falling on a populated area. It's quicker and easier to go across the planet to get to them, but you will, if you break.
You had me
be
at quicker and
Mercury.
easier.
I'm sure Toberius knows what he's doing.
Yeah, I mean, if he doesn't, we die.
How far could it be?
Yeah. Let's go, Toberius.
No.
Leverage that pilot skill.
I guess this means back into suit. Tisa's getting really tired of this planet.
I could get you a canister, maybe, and just roll you along.
That is far less helpful.
Schlump.
Piloting.
I saw the 3.
10 and 11.
You're fine. So you will head off toward the darkness on a long and silent flight to get you over there. The most interesting thing that happens about an hour in is that Penny's doppelganger, honor the umlaut, manages to look up at the light bulb for a while and is getting closer to it. And as Penny thinks that it's trying to rise or grab it, it actually bites it and kills itself.
What? It bites the light bulb and dies?
Uh-huh.
It's a jinx.
Penny's head just sinks between like her knees, and she just puts her hands on her head and just starts shaking and going, "Why? Why?"
What's wrong, dear?
What has happened?
I'm a me-6. I've been here for 3 days, 100 years, and me-6 time.
Existence is pain.
Existence is pain.
Oh,
Damn
great!
it!
Now I'm just gonna hear, "Look at me!" whenever someone wants us to fucking.
Look at me. God damn it!
You do tokens.
My little friend decided the light bulb down in the hallway. It really wanted it.
Yeah, so it broke the light. What?
It broke the light with its face. It's not
And
here anymore.
Oh,
Sounds like a couple of children I know.
there's face palming.
But at least we know it was working up till that point. There was nobody there. But anything could happen now.
Marvelous. Well,
I don't know why it wanted the light. I gotta write this down for behavioral information about transcendent entities. Apparently, light bulbs, like moth.
she's looking at Penny, thinking about the fact that it apparently looked like Penny. It's like, do you like lights? But she thinks better than saying anything about it. So how long is this journey going to take us, Toberius?
It will be a good many hours. Probably, rather than go figuring out the actual clock speed of this little land speeder for a freaking planet this size, I'm going to say about 4.
It's going to take us 4 units.
Okay.
I'm sorry, 4 hours.
4 hours.
Based on your best calculations, you do not have enough donuts to last.
The donuts shall fail before we get there.
Actually, what's worse is that you're not in a vacuum-rated ship. That's right. You can't even eat the donuts. You took the crullers with you, but they're sitting cruelly in front of you, unable to be touched.
I would have left them for that dude.
He didn't want them. They were cruel.
There was jelly donuts.
He took the jelly donut.
Oh.
Tisa's going to try some of that meditation nonsense from her books.
It's a cruel donut.
We'll just leave them out as a trail to follow on our way back.
As you bring up the book to read, you get a little "would you like to buy more" thing from Space Amazon, suggesting other books in the series.
Ah, well, with my wealthy, sure.
There's a second one by the same author that's kind of expounding on previous topics, and you see another one by you. Looks like it came out about 8 years ago.
So if you buy that, do you get paid?
Good
I mean,
question.
probably.
Free book, but she's spoilers.
It's not really spoilers though, because your future is different and unwritten.
She's gonna buy it. She don't care.
You will attempt to, but it is currently not for sale. You saw the title for it. It was there in the buy these now because related authors kind of thing. But as you go to click it, it's currently flagged as suspended information due to potential other, basically terrorist activities.
What? I'm gonna Google myself.
You get a variety of various wiki articles and stuff like that, mostly pertaining to a disappearance of about 10 years ago, presumably when you started working with this crew and basically went off the radar. That say that you haven't been seen publicly in some time, but there were some books written under your authorship, presumably by the same person, because they were about how to
Deal with it.
deal with the teleforming nonsense. And then the article kind of ends, and it ends in a rather shorted fashion, like somebody had taken all the previous data and removed it. Somebody's editing Wikipedia again, and yanked out sort of stuff that had come since. But the other thing that pops up much more urgently than that is this sort of news article going, Phase from past implicated in bombing of City 7. And you see this kind of still frame of what looks like yourself on the roof of a building holding a device of some kind. And the roof looks familiar because you've seen the exploded version of that block.
Gonna save that to my SIP chip and then close the article and not say shit.
Just like I would expect from a fine party member like you.
Yep.
Right now she's going, okay, listen, I knew my morals were slipping, but I didn't think they were going to get bad. Apparently they are, so I'm going to just leap right into it right now.
Yep. Well, of course it's set. Blade.
Well, I know how it ends. I might as well just get there now. Penny, dear, do you really need that helmet, dog?
Straight into the floor. All right, you guys can chat for a second or take your bathroom breaks. Let's do that really quick.
Yeah, I'm gonna go grab a drink.
Maybe.
Potty break.
No.
I will change it over to intermission.
So during this intermission, please visit our enter name of lobby store here
We don't
and buy
have a
some
lobby store.
insert candy here.
We don't have
Don't
any
insert candy there.
All proceeds will go to the Fund the Sv book fund. Get more books now.
Get
Do
me
it.
candy
Do it.
fund. You know which one? Get me candy.
Moose wants candy. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like we have anyone in the chat room, which is really kind of sad.
Anyway, there's people watching on YouTube.
YouTubes.
I return.
Welcome back.
Did you have a fun time? I'm gone. So I'm going to warn you that this coffee is having a little to no effect, and every once in a while when I blink, it's
You don't
evidently a little
unblink?
longer than a normal blink,
A long blink, an epic blink.
and a minute or two might have passed.
Oh no.
Are you gonna lose a Hatdan?
Possibly. I'll keep trying, but I cannot vouch for my effectiveness.
Ooh. Winky face.
Winky face.
Winky face. Oh, since we're doing commercials, because Toby was doing that, a reminder to everybody, there's probably going to be a new HSC Kickstarter sometime in the future, in an undetermined amount of time. Always be ready for it. Always.
Point, yes, that may occur.
Just start mailing Spee money anyways. It
I'll
doesn't
take it.
matter.
Just be
Works
like,
out,
the
yeah.
lore books are coming, guys. The lore books.
Euro, Lira, if you want to go old
And
school.
remember, always, HSC is brought to you by viewers like you. And I say viewers like you, I mean
Nope,
viewers.
Hugh.
Hugh. Oh, Hugh.
Yeah.
Hugh was
Yeah.
a great guy. He was a really good
Yeah.
Borg.
No, he was a really bad Borg. That was the problem.
No, that was the good thing about it.
Hmm.
That's why Geordie liked him.
Yeah. See, you have to be bad at being good in order for Jordy to like you. Just like that one chick he fell in love with. I mean, that one chick meaning like every chick he fell in love with.
But it was the same woman both times.
I know, it was funny.
Just one was a holographic projection.
Yeah.
Geordie. So socially awkward.
So socially awkward. So adorable. And so good at reading Rainbow.
Oh, we lost the Spee.
I know. He couldn't handle the joys of reading Rainbow. He had to flee.
Well, you should take a look, because
I
it's
can
in
fly
a book.
twice as high. So is that why did I say that? So Hatdan, your goal for today's session is to get a magic star into the chest.
That was my previous goal, was to have that happen.
There we go.
But
At least my
I
usual.
don't think it's gonna happen.
At least my usual outage waited until the intermission to happen.
Yeah. Okay. Just need to browse Ali back and Cronos back from where they are.
He'll be back in a moment. I'm not sure which moment. Maybe it's the moment that's coming up. Maybe it's a moment 10
after
minutes
that.
from now.
Maybe it's the moment beyond that moment. Or a moment that is yet to be conceived. An ill-conceived moment, perhaps. He's back!
That's a little beyond belief.
Oh.
Maybe it's fact
Alright.
or
So,
fiction.
we are almost at full population of people. And
I'm
Ali's
dead.
back.
There's no way. All right,
Alright,
cool.
so I'll swap back to
Is
the thing.
Toby still here?
I heard Toby. I heard him. He's alive. He mic'd up for a brief moment because he was going nom nom.
No, that's me. I'm nomming.
No, but his microphone lit up.
Toby, are you there?
No.
Well,
See?
all right.
He's not there.
Okay.
Okay. I'll put it back to intermission.
There is no Toby. There is only Zool.
Toberius, drive us there.
I am!
All right. Tiberius is driving us there.
Okay.
I swear to God, if you guys keep asking, I will turn this vehicle around and take the next 3 hours to get back.
You gonna turn this vehicle around and we're gonna drive into the sun?
Straight into it.
You should be careful if you're turning your car around, because you could flip it if you do it a little too quickly.
Yeah. Alright, so on the car ride, Penny's basically gonna sit there holding a cruller, and with BB, who's also probably holding a cruller or 4, and there's that sad realization: spacesuit donut.
Mm-hmm. Pretty much.
If I could
You
only
can
take
find
it
this
in.
kind of simple joys of like spinning the cruller in the low gravity and watching the little ridges go by.
Mm-hmm.
It's nice.
Mm-hmm. It's relaxing.
You all start going insane around hour 3, but eventually you make it to the other side before the songs start coming out.
So,
and you
how many hours in does my reflection go away? Or not my reflection, my little buddy go away?
it's like 1.
Didn't last very long at all, did he?
Well, he lasted through the entire trip back and stuff, so he was there for 4 hours or so.
Existence is pain!
Board.
Okay, so at the end of 4 hours, we're about ready to claw our eyes out.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And you will come up on the other march, which is coming off the end of this area, driving forward toward the sunlight.
Oh, cool. So we can drive into the sun now. Good.
Yeah, so you're not driving into the sun again. The looks a whole lot like the one you just left, basically. Buildings are different colors and sort of things, but the overall architecture of the zone is the same. They were probably all built around the same time as they rumble forward, and you come up on them. You can either land normally or try to do something weird about it, or what? Anyway, go on.
I'm not driving. What do you want to do, Toberius?
We're coming up on it. Is there a landing pad?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm going to connect to the tower and request permission to land.
They will be like, oh, yeah, sure, welcome to it. Nice to have a visitor.
People ask for landing permission.
They do seem a little perplexed
Surprised.
by it. Like it's normally they just kind of put the ship down somewhere.
How long does it look like before this pad? How long has it been since this pad has been used?
Well, you can't really tell from the outside, but it doesn't look like it's a bad repair. They probably have things flying back and forth on all the time. It just doesn't often come from the other side.
Okay, it's just not dustier than hell.
Well, everything is. But
That happens like minutes after takeoff.
yeah.
All right, well, I'm touching down.
What?
We have arrived.
You are there upon the other side. I mean, before we begin with the next part, Toby, how long do you have?
Well, I have to be up by 7:30, no later than 7:30 tomorrow. So I could probably go another hour
Okay.
before I have to pull out.
All right. You will arrive on the other side. Pretty much the same setup as the one you had before. This is a different kind of building, so the walkways and stuff are different, but it looks like essentially the same kind of situation. There are fewer people walking around on this one. Maybe the climate's just a little different or something, or maybe you've arrived on a different time on the daily clock for them. It could be late at night at this point. But the building that you're in front of looks like it's more of a larger building than the one that you left from. So maybe this is a common area or something like that.
Desuiting once we're indoors.
I'm gonna
this-
see if there's like a help desk or something.
When you first walk in, there's no real help desk to see, but you do get a better feel of the kind of situation that you're in, because you walk inside and it's like walking into a mall. It's a big sort of open area, and it looks like this is probably a common zone for several of the buildings out here. And based on the low lighting currently, it is probably pretty late on their daily clock.
Is this the Dawn of the Dusk March?
I honestly can't remember which ones are named.
I think
which
this
at the
is the
moment, but it's
Dawn March
chasing the
because it's
dawn.
chasing the sun, and we were on the Dusk March, which was chasing the dark, or something.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's right. So the it is darker,
It's
or
their
it is
nighttime.
it's their nighttime currently. You're not seeing too many bodies around, but there are a few people sort of wandering about. They don't immediately seem to be aggressive or off-put or anything like that. They're just sort of going about their business. Some people are eating up in a little eatery zone.
As soon as I'm out of my suit and digging into that cruller.
No, that's a penny. No, likely irradiated.
Ah!
Hold still. I'll just give you a shot for that.
You're probably fine as long as you're in the ship. It just isn't vacuum proof. But the
We had them
you
in
get to
little
get some
zippy
recruiters.
lock bags, and we were convinced it was safe.
They're totally desiccated at this point. All right, so you can dig into your crullers and kind of ask around a little bit. There's no immediate indication of where you should be heading because you didn't really know who you were talking to, but there are some people around to talk to.
We knew we wanted to head towards whatever the central communication thing was, but we've got to figure out where that fuck that is.
Mm-hmm.
We probably want to try and find, because they probably have security people over here too, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna see if I can find where the security offices are.
Okay.
Yes, I may join her in that because me talking to random people.
You make people scream.
Probably a
I
lot
make
of
people go,
enemies.
"Duh! Look at the hamster!"
Oh shit! They found you.
Oh crap!
And Drac makes people go, maybe I should take the hamster seriously.
So where's everybody else going then?
Or are we waddling in there as a group? Hey, but Benny,
I think we're waddling and there's a group.
but Benton, BB,
Yes.
can you come with me to talk to people? You're likable.
Oh, thank you. Brother?
Hey, I got one.
Okay, so you're going to the security office, Penny?
Yep.
With Benton?
Yep.
And Drac wants to go?
I will go as well, yes.
Yeah.
Okay, Toberius, I guess we'll be the friendly faces for the commons.
Bye, suckers.
Okay. Make a friendly face, right?
Big, sort of cartoony smile, big eyes.
Oh,
Sudden instant kawaii.
See, it's plenty friendly. It's good.
Keep in contact. Try not to get sliced up on your way.
Bye-bye.
Oh.
Alright, I'm gonna
We'll do best.
go find these people. I'm a hamster on a mission.
Ding.
Right. The first thing you need to look for is basically a directory, which you will eventually find out and discover that you are not far away from the security office, but it is a bit of a hike. You're going to have to pass through several of the buildings first to get
It's
kind of
okay.
down
I
in
have
that
two
direction.
fast-moving people to use as a conveyance.
That's true. You also don't necessarily know if that is who they were talking to.
But they're the same
or
company,
what their
though,
name
right?
is.
Just
No, they're not the same company.
Oh.
They have a security company over here.
Oh, it's not the same security company? Okay.
No, they're if anything, they're not really competitors because they serve different, precincts and
We
stuff.
should still
but they're
talk
not
to them
related.
anyway so they know what's going on.
They may have records of communication and so on.
Mm-hmm.
And then you were talking up top to other folks that you were trying to find, right? Or
Yes,
just people around?
random goers on.
Okay, to a community exert and the talkies communication.
I will ask first, will they actually talk to me?
Well, I'm assuming that Toberius is going to kind of go forward on it and kind of use you as a novelty because there are several of them that aren't going to really, or they will move aside. But you'll also attract some other attention of just sort of interested folks that haven't seen this before. So, so let's see what the dice say.
It was community exert communication.
In communication.
Right, this is with double simplify, so I'll get an auto 8 under the system. 10. No bonus. Yeah. Which is good that I got an auto 8.
Yeah, but the 8's not going to be enough with your detriments from the.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and
You are a thing that exists there. Toberius, was that your roll above there? Yeah. The
No,
6
that's the
and an
previous
8.
roll.
that was his
Oh, it's not-
piloting
okay.
roll, I think.
Okay, Toberius, do your.
There you go. I think he's muted.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you guys don't.
Well, the two of us are back here. I was like, you know.
I was
me and
actually
James
thinking
got
we should have traded this
security.
out, and you should have went with them, and I should have went with Toberius.
Oh,
I
wow.
figured BB and Drachert are fairly friendly.
Yeah.
So you attempt to discuss things with people and basically get a whole lot of nope, or just sort of non-committal responses to stuff. What are you trying to gain in terms of information?
Trying to find out if people have seen anything weird, missing persons, just out of the ordinary.
The basic response that they're kind of giving you is, is there a hidden camera somewhere? Like they think they're on candid camera because something big, gloopy, and blue asking if they've seen anything weird lately just isn't something that they figure. They want to know where the catch line, the punchline is. So you don't really get much of a response.
Unfortunately,
At least
Tisa
nothing to
forms the
follow back.
punchline with her fist.
Oh. And it's difficult to really discern any committal information from them. They seem amicable enough, if a little
They're not
tired.
being unfriendly.
Yeah, they're just sort of being like, okay, so what is this? Like, can you tell me, or did I win something? And that's sort of about the end that you get out of it. For traveling towards security, did you guys want to talk to anybody on the way, or do you just want to go straight there?
Yeah, if I see anybody on the way, I'll totally be like, we still got donuts, I'm sure, and we'll share.
So go ahead and do the same.
Okay, so it's like community.
Sure. And communication.
Okay, so it's communication. Hi, I hope that this works out well because, yeah. So that's a 3d10 from Penny, BB, Frack, if you wanna get in there.
BB should probably be the one to do it because I have a fault and only 2
Fuck
in
me
community.
now.
Yeah,
Wow.
Penny's not good at this.
Hey Dan, quick
Yeah.
brainstorm. What do you have for a community stat?
Oh, I'll roll it.
Okay, cool. 'Cause I
Does
don't.
anybody have any simplifies or complicates? It's important to know.
I don't.
I do not. I do have a fault.
I have it for.
Oh,
my
Jesus
God.
Christ!
Oh,
So basically, Penny like walks up to somebody and she's like, "What you want to?" And she's like sitting there and they're just walking by because they don't even notice her. And she's getting a little sad, trying to offer her a little donut, and BB just like goes right
The
up.
only thing I
Schwab.
can think of is like BB swooping
Shoves
forward in
box
like
in
a
face.
waltz, grabbing somebody by the hand, giving them a twirl, putting them a dip, and then shoving a cruller into their mouth.
BB might have a romantic interest after that role.
How are you,
Yeah.
Shove?
How are you doing that, BB? Tell me about this.
Explain to us how you are sweet talking these fools in the midst of the hallways.
Well, I just say like, hey, would you like a donut?
Oh, you are
Really just
adorable.
works on everyone.
The sheer charity, it's beyond what they're used to. Apparently, you heard it straight from the man himself.
You're at rock bottom, and then this wonderful
Then
fella
this-
comes along.
Freaking child of Apollo arrives at your doorstep with crullers and a smile and a strapping. I just keep looking at your action figure like that's your actual character diagram. So yeah, they talk to you fairly quickly, and you don't really hear too much in terms of like I've seen people disappearing and stuff like that. But they did say that there have been some weird kind of not communication, but protocol changes that have taken place here and there among the security teams here and one of the local corps that is kind of right outside, just a building around the corner thing. That doesn't usually happen. All the time they've been here, they haven't really swapped this stuff up, but they changed their security teams out. and they're cycling personnel. Like maybe they're planning to expand, but there hasn't been any discussion of expansion or anything. So that's a little weird. And they are missing some faces. There's a lot of faces that they haven't seen around, which would make sense if which would make sense if if they're getting ready to expand to a new cart or something like that, and they're shuffling personnel around. But wasn't that one person here last week? No,
was just removing faces.
Just removing faces. Yep. That's about all I got.
Penny is in shock and awe at the ability of BB to just socialize instantly, and that looks over at Drac, who just has that grandfatherly, knowledgeable smile of, yes, this is how we communicate with people. Look on his face, and she's just like, how do they do it? How did they get this way?
You didn't ask Aiden the last time he proposed to BB, and we only heard about the Drac story, but he's kind of done the cycle apparently.
One of them's going to say yes eventually.
He's going to break one of them down, right?
Pretty much.
Yeah, ask each person until one of them says yes. No, this one didn't. Get another one.
Listen, Trebek, 1,000 no's followed by a yes is still a yes.
Now the sad thing is one of the times he tried to propose to BB, he did it with like a bunch of crullers spelling out "Will you marry me?" But BB was just so overjoyed about getting donuts, he shook the box around and was like, "Hey, I like crullers."
No,
you got me, donuts.
It was spelled out in really large letters on the floor, but it
was
ended
like,
up
oh, look at
more
this
like
mess.
That Family Guy scene of, ooh, piece of candy, ooh, a cruller, ooh, donut.
No, BB, look at the special message. What?
Hayden, you dropped all your coolers. Here, I'll help you.
Look at the special message. Oh, I can't read.
Okay. Anywho, you get the special message that the industry nearby appears to be doing weird stuff.
Okay. Alright, so I guess we're heading on to the security zone.
Assuming you wanted to bypass the industry nearby, yes.
Well, actually, should we split off? And some of us go to security and some of us go to the security zone? Given this new information, I'm gonna message. I'm gonna message Tisa and our dear friend Toberius, and I'm gonna go. Hey, what if
Your dear friends on the other side of the planet.
Shut up. Tisa, what if you go with Drachert to talk with the security people, and because he found out some information. But we found another company we want to check out, so I'm going to go if Toberius wants to come with me and Drachert, maybe?
Oh, so, that's a marvellous idea, because I'm a monstrosity and he feels like he's someone who's been in a tank for so long.
You have no idea the smoothness that the moose has with the people and the crullers. Just keep donuts in his hand to hand out. It's a magical thing.
And what Tisa's not allowing anyone to see is Toberius has pulled someone down and is like, "Are you mocking me for being a hybrid?"
Just cause?
He's just randomly grabbing people. You averting your gaze because you got a problem with what I look like.
And if I don't hand him off to you soon, I'm pretty sure we're going to meet security in an unfavorable way. So,
okay,
yes, we'll
tell Toberius to meet us here. Lickety sweat. Pick.
What building?
I'll send her the information because
This one.
Me and Drac will be waiting outside.
Okay, Toberius, you're heading here, sweetie. Look. No, let him go.
That slow head turn. Are you trying to get rid of me?
Unless you two want, unless you want the two of you to go together with BB to security. I don't know if Toberius's computers would be good there.
Oh, I don't. She probably saying no and then says care. Toberius, where would you rather go?
Oh, all right, he'll just come with us. That's fine.
Marvelous.
Just looking at the vector I pulled down. You're lucky.
4-hour shuttle ride and then this nonsense.
So, Drachert.
Yes.
How many wives did you have?
I have had, last I can recall, 3.
No, you're supposed to say only one at a time, dear.
There is actually going to be that pause and go, though not at the same time. That would be strange. And I think illegal.
Depending on planet.
Most places. Most places.
According to Mars law, only one at a time. Right?
No, Mars Call last polygamy.
Okay. Mars code does it. Never mind. Alright, well, she's gonna make small talk with Drac. While we wait for Toberius to show up. And we're also gonna recoup the amount of donuts, because police plus donuts, it's a winning combination sending BB. Okay.
Okay, and then...
How much are these donuts costing, by the way?
I figured the rich person's paying for it.
Yeah.
I am not.
Oh, damn it. Okay, well, I'm taking credits out.
Yes.
No one has asked Tisa.
You gotta pay yourself a 10 credit donut tax at this point.
Alright, I can pay that. That's easy. I'm spending 20 credits on donuts for this last day.
Fair enough.
There.
We're gonna get like mid through this campaign and realize that nobody has eaten anything but a donut. Like it's been donuts the entire time.
I don't know.
Suggesting that you need to eat anything other than donuts.
You get bacon
In the
cheddar
far
donuts.
future, these super donuts are. Actually, I don't know if I want that.
I
like
saw
a bacon cheddar croissant, sure, but
Blackheart ate a bacon cheddar donut while he was here. That terrified me. Okay, so all right, so they eventually arrive.
yes,
Okay.
they will get to where they're going. Which one of you was going to the building, and which one of you was going to Skittery?
I believe Drachert,
I'm going with them.
Toberius, and I are going into the building. Moose and Liquid are going to the security office.
Okay, security office is a bit of a longer walk, so you've got a bit of a trek to go through and get down to there.
Trek.
No, you're on the planet now.
Oh.
So you've got a bit of a walk to get over there, but the building is right nearby for the other one. You will get inside, and there will be this rabbit that greets you. Looks friendly enough in a sort of, I read from my customer service script kind of way.
Oh, woman after my own heart.
Yeah, pretty much. Where is her name? There it is. It introduces hello, I'm Janet, I'm secretary of a particular building. Can I help you?
We're representing a company from she seems like she's trying to collect herself and say this with the least amount of problems.
Frown is getting continually further.
I know Penny's got like that little sweat drop going because she realizes how really obtuse she is at talking and feels horrible right now. She's literally like melting into the floor if she was Tisa. We had a security team go missing from the dust march, and we were just wanting to ask around if anybody been in communication with them at all, or noticed any kind of strange activity of people going missing.
She do a community perceive and search.
Aha! Something I'm not bad at. 3, 12, 4. Oh, 4. Aha!
Oh, it's holy crap. You are able to see her visibly blanch a little bit, like she has some concerns that have just been around, and seems to cover it up quickly, and looks between you and the others that are around you, opens her mouth to say something, and then right about then another guy walks out dressed in a suit. Looks like he's the in chargey type. And says, hello, can I help you?
Penny has this look like it's really hard for her to say stuff. So she just kind of turns and gives Drac the saddest look she can.
Drac clears and goes, before I say anything, altogether, can you remind me of the name of the other place?
It's the Dust March. We're from the Dust March, and I forget what the name of the company we were with was.
It's like Mineral Solutions or something.
Mineral
Solutions.
I
like it. Mineral Solutions.
That's
we had help
terrible.
from Dust March. We had help from Dust March working on behalf of Mineral Solutions. Their security team recently has more or less gone missing and one found dead. There is thought to be attack from outside force, and they were told that you might have been in communication with them. We are attempting to stop large attack that could be coming and would like information to facilitate out.
I see. He says, looking kind of concerned. Well, do you have any sort of documentation you can provide?
I'm
You have
assuming
video?
we have our contract information. We can send it.
Yeah, you can show him.
But we can flash our fake badges from the other place.
He will look this over and goes, well, this doesn't really give you jurisdiction to view my building, but I suppose I can give you a tour if you'd like.
But we were just wondering if there's anything you could offer to help. We understand that you have your own concerns as well, but we were just worried that might be a larger thing that might put your people also at risk.
He nods and goes, well, let's go have a look around and you can talk to the staff.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
He will bring you upstairs via a long elevator ride to where there were a whole bunch of people just working in offices and stuff. And he sort of waves his hand and says, go ahead and ask your questions, and I'll give you about, we'll say half an hour.
Okay. Penny's going to give a sad look to Drac. Oh, please do the talky thing with the people who I can't talk to.
Drac will nod his head and start approaching people.
Meanwhile, Penny is going to kind of aside to Toberius, because she knows her and Toberius are not necessarily the most socially adequate people in the group. And kind of say, hey, Toberius, I don't know if you caught it, but I think that security, that's the secretary, I think she knows something.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we should try to talk to her.
Probably typing in light filing.
Do you think that we should talk to her while Drac's doing this?
From what I saw, I think she is afraid of boss. I have idea, but I don't know if it would work. But we can try.
What's your
Drac
idea?
speaking sounds getting infectious.
What happened to your conjunctions? Where do you...
I can pass her my toggle number.
But she might just think you're flirting.
Maybe.
Yes.
He says, yes, this has nothing to do with the investigation. I was really just thinking to toss my toggle number.
I just like to think that he's gonna like slip the toggle number over and then just do eyebrow waggle, and then Penny's gonna slip her toggle number and be like extreme eyebrow waggle.
This is a little weirder than I'm used to, but
Finger guns.
Then Drachert says,
I should
eyebrow.
go on date.
He just says, hello!
So, what are feelings on dead guys?
Walking around's a little rough for me. Is it okay if I just kind of hang back over here by the elevator, or whatever it is we're going up?
You asking them, or you asking the NPC?
I'm asking the NPCs. Is it okay if I just hang back?
He nods and says, yes, whatever you'd like to do. Just stay on these 2 floors. The rest of them are company concerns. If anybody's going to have your questions, they'll be here.
Alright, so I'll just kind of hang back, and I'm just kind of keep an eye out for the secretary.
She remained down on the 1st floor, which he did say you can go back down to. But
Okay.
He's not going back in the elevator. It looks like he is kind of wandering off toward another office over here.
Alright, well, I'm, are we on a map? No, we're not. Okay.
No, you're not on that.
Okay, well, I'm gonna go back to the 1st floor and just kind of hang out.
Right. You will head back down to there.
And I'll let
In the
them
meantime,
talk.
those of you who are hiking off towards security, you can now see that building off in the distance. If you would like to question anybody else on the way there, you are passing random people, so you can try if you want to wave your donuts around and see what you can pick up.
He looks
Yeah.
incredibly annoyed and is not. He might, however. Are you going to question him, BB?
Oh, sure. Hi there. Would any of you like a donut?
Let's see you do it again. You get a look that is also rather familiar. So, guy looks at you both very strangely, does not answer, and proceeds on his way. And I think BB is actually rather used to both responses in equal measure.
There's no in between.
There's no in between. They're either completely enamored or they run away.
I guess they don't
It's
like
fair.
donuts.
Yes. How could they not? I don't understand.
Oh, did you want one? Forgot to ask.
She looks at the donut, trying to remember what they even taste like, before shaking her head. No, thank you, BB.
Okay, well, let me know if you do.
The kid below her seems to be looking for one.
Ah, good. I'm gonna roll perception 3. I don't even know I see this yet.
Okay. It's
Yeah.
behind you as you turn around forward again, so it's like reaching up with grabby hands toward the donut as you were facing the other way. But roll body perceive and search.
I need to really invest more in my search. I am realizing this now. I have spooky ghost children. I need to notice this shit. 9 and 8.
Yeah, but that's behind you.
God damn it.
So yeah, there's a Tisa's apparently fooling around with you because there's a little child thing reaching upward with grabby hands to get the donut.
Oh.
Oh,
Would I see that?
Yeah, you can
you
see
see
it because she
I'm
turned
seeing it.
forward, but it's manifesting out of her body. It's like she's made a child form
Oh,
that is reaching up to grab the donut.
I'll just kind of lower it down with one hand.
It
Which
appears
one?
pleased. There is a moment of pleasedness, and it opens its mouth like it's going to get the donut, and it's a fairly well realized form. Except that the
Better than I
details are
do.
all kind of blurred. Yeah, I mean, it looks like it was made sort of from memory, like the face structure more or less, and the eyes are probably in the right place, but it's hard to get any details out of it. And it looks less defined than Tisa's own face because it looks more like a real person, like it was trying to create a reflection or something like that. And it goes, you're fairly certain, goes to eat the donut, but upon clamping down, just kind of turns into a puddle, and now there's a donut in Tisa.
Do I feel this donut?
Yes.
What the BB? It's very rude.
You don't just shove donuts in people.
Did it
I'm
gloop out?
sorry.
Why did you put a donut in me? Don't. Oh,
There was a kid or something.
oh, for the love of.
Vandals shoving donuts in you.
What did the child look like? Oh, what does it matter?
Oh,
What?
you
What was it doing?
seem to want a donut.
Of course it did. Who wouldn't want a donut?
That's what I thought.
I love this, by the way.
You guys can proceed your walk. You will be there shortly. Penny, the secretary who is over at the desk is fiddling through files, and then looks over. Psst.
Bless you.
No, come here.
Oh, okay.
Are you actually from the Dusk March?
Yeah. They had to hire new security because the entire team disappeared, and then it was very upsetting. We found one of them dead.
Disappeared?
And
Who?
then they found can you keep a secret?
Oh, tell her how gruesomely all of them died. That seems like a great idea.
The one she may have relations with, maybe.
She nods.
We think that they were investigating people who were kidnapping other people, and it seems that they may have fallen victim. We found one of their bodies.
Who was it?
That was the head of the security team. His name was John Denver.
John's on the dot.
All the Johns are working on this search.
I
don't have a name for him, so I'm just throwing shit out now.
I think it was
Denver
James,
was
but I
awesome.
can't remember.
I think it was James. James Denver.
Yeah. Mason, I don't know. she looks like shocked and then very saddened, like oh no, this was not meant to happen, kind of thing.
I know you probably deal with a lot of people in and out. Did he ever come by here?
She shakes her head, but basically picks you up and pulls you over to the back room, which is not really.
All right, this is where normally I would reach for my rape whistle.
This is not normally the behavior that you would want out of this sort of thing. You're not really supposed to pick up micros and shove them around, but it looks like she's really desperate to get you into this room out of the front, basically, without having to talk about it. Mm-hmm. And she puts you on the chair on the inside and closes the door behind her and says, I'm sorry. James was talking to me. I'm the one who told them that this was happening.
So you were his I'm just gonna very quietly turn on the recording of my toggle. I'm not making a big deal about it. I'm just trying to do that nonchalantly. You were. You want me to do espionage?
Body exerting subterfuge.
Okay, I have a non-combat simplify. So how does that work? I can't roll below an 8?
No, it just means that the ones don't cancel.
Okay, the ones don't cancel. All right. So I have. So it's body.
Yeah, body exert and subterfuge.
All right. Well, I have a boon. I have a 4. The 1 doesn't cancel.
No one doesn't cancel.
Okay, so I get 12. So I can do that pretty quietly.
Yep. She doesn't seem to take notice.
Okay.
She goes, yeah, no, I didn't want to. Oh no, I can't believe he's out. I can't believe he told me to do it. We had people disappearing, all sorts of people. Lots of people were going away. And I've been trying to collect things to try to figure out what was going on. And I found vapor trails from our skiffs heading off in the direction. I gave them coordinates.
I have a camera recording for what happened. It's pretty gruesome, but there was he had a body camera on, and there was a signal they were using to turn the cameras off over at the other march. Is that happening here?
No. He was turning off the cameras so the corp wouldn't find out that he was working on this. Mm-hmm. He's not being paid to do it. Mm-hmm. I guess he's not getting paid to do anything anymore.
Yeah, I shake my head that nope, not getting paid.
That is a doornail.
Very dead.
Very dead. Very, very dead.
Definitely dead. Yeah,
definitely dead.
She kind of reaches for the recording and then pulls away, and then shakes her head and goes, "No, look at this," and brings up a recording of her own on a screen, and it looks like the landing pad outside. Your ship's not on it, so it's probably an earlier date.
Wait. No, I don't have optics.
My God, our ship's gone.
I have optics? Yeah, no, I have UI lenses. Can I use that to help record? Or is that
yeah.
Work? Okay.
Yeah,
Okay, so I'm watching and recording.
Yeah, and it's showing people kind of walking by, and there's passing lights and stuff like that. And then at one point, for a very brief moment, you see this sort of rotation in the shadow, and there is a reflection, like an oval mirror that rotates about 6 feet up or so, and then passes from view again, just vanishing really quickly out of the camera view. It's only there for a moment. And she points to it furiously and says, "These, I've been seeing these all over the thing. I told him about it, and he said he hadn't seen any, but then he saw one night that just sitting outside, just flashed by. They're doing something. I think these are taking people."
Yeah, but they're people that are because I was briefed on the whole reflections people, right? The thing you briefed everybody.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm gonna basically go, but they're a part of a cult of people that they take your face and they reprogram you into a murder machine, and I think that's what one of those is those things, and they hunt. But it looks like that's what they were trying to do to wow, I forgot his name. What was it, Jason?
James.
Yeah, Jason. Anyway, that's what happened to James. I think they were trying to do that. They do something to their head, and it's very upsetting.
They
harvest.
You say upsetting her?
Yeah, she definitely looks concerned about that and says, I've seen at least a dozen of these.
They're all over here?
Yeah, we've got people missing all over the place. People have been quiet about it because it's trying to look like it's going after start another business on a new car, but I don't. There might be a whole lot of these, and the door opens up as the boss kind of walks in. All of a sudden, he goes, "Oh, here you are. We found some information for you."
Oh, that would be great.
You see the secretary rapidly alt-tabbing like a 12-year-old whose porn has just been discovered to get the things off the screen rapidly.
Your secretary was just confirming with me that there was no communication received during the time that I was hoping we may have the wrong corp. I'm really sorry for wasting your time, but you said you have something?
Yes, we've gotten word from our local security organization that there have been communications received. If you want to collect your team together, we can have an escort bring you down.
Oh, that would be great. Thank you so much. What was your name, dear? Her name tag.
Jen.
Jen, very good to meet you. If you're ever free and want to go to the cafeteria, I'm single, and she's gonna hand her toggle information over. Wink, wink.
Great. Yeah, Jen, I didn't know that you. Sorry, none of my business. Just you get a little bored around here.
A little bored. Okay, so I'm gonna follow this guy wherever he's taking me.
He's actually bringing you to the lobby where there are some officers present.
Okay. I am gonna very casually send that information that I just recorded to the rest of the team with a "Don't play this out loud" message.
Which BB will hear upon playing it.
I can play this internally. I'm gonna watch this.
Okay.
I am wearing UI lenses.
Yep.
I have a zip chip.
Yep.
Zip chip doesn't actually show you data though.
It just means that he can send messages, right?
Yeah, that's.
I thought it was an internal toggle.
Yeah, but toggles aren't screens. You need to actually put your hand against like smart glass and stuff. It's contact
can't watch
based.
this internally.
Oh, you can't watch that internally now. Okay.
This differentiation is probably going to change a little bit though with this new system and stuff. As a lot of this stuff is going to get some overlap that'll make it a little easier to use. So don't worry about it at the moment.
Okay.
Anyway, those of you upstairs, you haven't received much information from these guys, as is to be expected. They have basically had their nose in work and don't know anything else. The only thing that you're picking up is that a lot of them are new. They've only recently been transferred over here.
In and of itself for this place, that's a little bit weird.
Yeah, a little peculiar. But apparently they've been shuffling personnel around. Getting ready for a new platform.
Okay. I'm ready to go. I'm waiting for everybody else.
Okay. You guys gonna head back downstairs?
Yeah, directly down.
Okay. There are two officers who look pleasant enough, standing there waiting, and they're like, "Please come with us. We have some information on what you're looking for."
Okay, great.
Jack and I go, okie dokie.
And they will also begin the walk down toward security. Ali, you will arrive at security right now with your Moosey buddy. And upon going inside, there will be another reception desk. There's a guy at the front behind the cage. Looks like a security zone sort of area going, "Hello, how can I help you?"
Oh. She, stops reading Penny's message in her head. Just nudge Benton to be the talking man.
Oh yes, of course. Why are we here again?
Okay, not nudging Benton. Taking the nudge back.
Oh, would you like a donut though?
Hi. We
Just
have,
remember, everybody, he's pretty.
We've traveled over from the Dusk March. We're carrying out an investigation there right now about a missing security team, and we were searching for any leads over here. It looks like they may be in contact with somebody here.
He nods a little bit, and this guy doesn't seem particularly alarmed at what he's saying when he's looking at you, or even terribly surprised. He nods and goes, "Well, maybe do a community perceive and search."
Okay.
I will do community perceive and search.
I'm not terribly shit at this. Yeah.
Not sure at all.
Huzzah!
And then Moose.
Nice.
Okay, there we go. It's not that he seems particularly battle hardened. It's that he seems it's either apathetic or he's seen you specifically. Like perhaps he's been monitoring your approach. So the visitation itself doesn't seem surprising. It's not even that he put a newspaper down to look up. It's that he was sitting in the chair looking at the door when you walked in the door. And he goes, "Yes, actually, we have sent a dispatch out to collect your comrades. We do have some information for you. If you wait right here, I'll go get our contact."
Oh, marvelous! Thank you. Can I do another perceive thing to see if I'm being deceived, or this is a trap?
Can you feel?
Because I'm really worried about the security coalition here.
The one that you had is sufficient for the scene, but what you can get from him is that for something that is probably the most interesting event that has taken place on this planet in a while, yeah, he's not all that interested. He's just sort of like, I'm going to do the next step in my routine, and is not particularly communicative, or it's almost too easy. They aren't required to give you anything. So they're being
chip message. Think maybe trap, not sure. Either be fobbed off or prepare for attack.
Whee!
I'm going to periodically send that same message daily for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
Penny is just doing that weird thing she does where she's like casually trying to measure shit on the way without slowing people down too much for reasons. And, fiddling with her bug out ball. Because, reasons. She's a nervous person.
Penny, at this particular point, you have probably come to realize that your vision is obscured. It was really bizarre, and not an obvious sort of way. But it was kind of like you had your hair in front of your eye, and you just sort of let it be there for a little while. But you've just come to realize that your hair is not in front of your eye, and your vision is just obscured.
Oh, this is... is there something there?
You can't seem to get it to react or anything. There's nothing in your face. It's just sort of like there's this dark spot.
Great. Well, this is my life now. Casually gonna start writing some shit down because I've got problems.
Right here in Mississippi.
How many problems do you have?
99.
Are bitches any of them?
I am gonna just kind of I'm walking with Drac and Toberius, right? Do you see anything on my head or anything like that? Is there anything in my hair?
I'm looking down at her.
From your particular height, it is awfully difficult to tell.
Draco will kind of look at her for a second and then offer a hand down.
All right, I'll
get on.
play along because I might as well get a free ride out of this anyway.
It is still tough to tell. Her eyes are like the size of pencil tips.
While Drax's doing the actual lift her straight up and put her weight near his face to look thing.
Near as you can tell, they seem
he has
fine.
optics in the helmet and that, so.
Zoom.
Mm-hmm. It is looking all fine to me.
Oh,
Then he'll just kind of take and place her on his shoulder.
Okay. Just you know, I'm having a very bad day. Penny writes for the 96th time today. Something strange happened.
You will get to the security office where you will find Moose and Squirrel waiting. And then we'll let you decide which one is Moose and which one is Squirrel.
Clearly the one with 4 arms is Squirrel.
One of them is obvious.
Definitely Dean.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely Dean.
They're inside. And as you get in, somebody else will come in as well. It looks like a lady who's probably serving as either another secretary position or might be head of file or dispatch. That's what I'm looking for. Mm-hmm. Dispatch officer for different organizations. And as you get in there, she's waiting by the elevator going, "Oh, great, you're all here. Come with me."
Okay, I'm riding Drac. Yippee-ki-yo-ki-yay, motherfuckers.
Okay, sure. I guess.
But do you have any more donuts?
Sure. Would a bear claw be good?
Okay.
There you go.
I'm gonna smear that all over Drac while I eat it.
That much like one, but there you go.
Yep. It's gonna be glaze all over Drac's armor.
She will step into an elevator with the to the top, and she says, "If you follow me, I'll bring you to the sheriff, and they can explain."
Okay.
Follow along.
This can't go wrong. La la la.
Walk into the trap because it's the best way to figure out what's going on.
The elevator doors will close, and it will travel upward, and upward to where presumably the sort of head honcho sheriff for this particular area would be located.
Is everything getting strangely blacker?
No,
it's tactical blacker. Get it right.
It is not.
It's just getting very urban.
She gets up to, it gets up to the top floor and opens up, and there's a nice looking room in there. It actually has a window, strangely enough, that looks outside, and you can see off over the march and the things that are over there. You do notice that she has been getting more twitchy as you go up. You don't even really need to roll for that. It's kind of fairly obvious looking at her.
Like she's anticipating, preparing.
It looks like sadness or nervousness.
It's okay. Tisa's a nice person.
Oh.
Are you okay?
See, I'm going to assume the fact that you're kind of creepy looking, and that has to be the reason.
Yeah.
She kind of bites her lip like, perhaps maybe you will, and are lying because that's what a monster would say.
Do you want a donut? We have more.
I'm sorry, I'm not hungry.
That's okay. Maybe later.
The door opens up and there's a waiting room kind of upside there with the window and stuff. And as you guys are stepping out to wait for her, she sort of swallows and says, "I'm very sorry you got here so late. I'm a bomb."
Okay, so this is when the bug out ball comes out.
Hey, I've got an explosive chink. Fuck.
Hey, actually, bug out ball, throwing it for Tisa.
Well, we'll hold it here because Toby's gonna go to bed and stuff.
Yeah.
Fuck that, we're going.
No,
Nope,
no,
stuff here for now.
exploded.
Can I at least do what Draco's going to do?
You can do it next week.
I might forget next week.
Fine, what were you gonna do?
Jack will actually very calmly bump, I've forgotten names, son of a bitch. Bump Penny off his shoulder, put the shield down, and bear hug woman.
With the shield between?
Facing-
Or you just...
Shield between.
Oh, okay. You may lose your arms.
I've always loved bombs.
Oh, what a
Well, he's
hug!
basically doing a minimize the damage type thing.
Well, we'll pick up there because I think we'll probably have to roll in it to see what happens. We'll see if I can get that bug out ball to Allie in time. Because Allie doesn't do well for explosions at all, if I recall.
Oh no!
Isn't that how you kill that?
That's very much how you kill that.
Okay, so Eeps?
Oh, yeah. Eep, there's a bomb.
Oh no! Okay, I will write this into
It spooked
Eep,
me.
there's
Bomb.
a bomb.
We'll do 13 eeps, and I'm gonna give Hatdan an extra eep on account of he's still awake.
Yay!
But he doesn't get.
Now I've crossed that threshold,
Wait.
and I'm more
No, I'm
awake
kidding.
now than I was when I started.
I was gonna call bullshit. I need something later tonight.
Fine, everybody gets an extra eep.
Oh, sweet.
So we're all
To
getting
be
14?
fair, Ellie, you haven't
You get
been
14
to
each.
work and then back home and all that stuff.
Excellent.
Oh,
14
You
eeps.
had more capability to sleep.
I
And,
have a
and
child to take care of.
we'll give you like a stock dividend of 100 credits.
Yay!
Yay.
Money! I need that
Finally,
for donuts.
money.
Donut fund. Yay! Well, thank you for game. Do you want me to stop the recording?
Unless anybody has anything to add.
Help us! Help us!
Remember, everybody, there's probably going to be another Kickstarter coming soon, so save your pennies. Because really, if I save your pennies, I mean the hamster, save your pennies.
Penny's gonna die, so.
So save your pennies, guys, if you really want, more HST content. Woo! Alright.
Good night, all.
Good night.
Night, night.